What's going on, everybody? What's going on, everybody? What is going on, everyone? Welcome to the live well here this Tuesday night. Hey, that's what happens when you've been gone for a week, right? You forget how to do things. So I even forgot to start the TikTok, Clint. Starting this
Nice.
off right, dude. But there we go. We got them guys going on. But anyway, glad you guys could join us. That's what happens. We do something live, man. You have some food bars every once in a while. But hey, listen, see a couple of you guys already in the comment section. We got a great show for you guys tonight. We're going to talk electric only smaller lakes here in North Georgia. But listen, don't let it fool you. Some of these lakes are every bit as good as the larger counterparts. And these guys that I've got for guests are some of the best hammers I know. They'll act like they ain't, but trust me, they are. So we got a great show for you guys. Let me go ahead and take care of one piece of business. All right. I want everybody to write this down because we're about under 2 weeks from this. All right. Fishers of Hope tournament, Lake Lanier, War Hill, August 1st. Okay. Not this Saturday, but the following Saturday. All right. We're doing this tournament to help out our buddy John Wilson. He's a Tupperware gang. You guys know him. He watches the show and comments and all that, but we all know his situation. But we're going to do this to help his family out and just to show some love. So if you want to go ahead and pre-register, Tony Watkins, 706-897-7557. Ryan Sheffield, 706-429-2010. It's going to be a 50-50 payout. But, hey, you know what? If you win it, you need to turn around and give it to John anyway. I'm going to go ahead and put that pressure on you guys right there. So, anyway, now we're back, and everybody is looking good, trim and fit and all that. Yeah, I got them smiling down there. All right, guys, let me introduce you to our guest. Of course, up in the top right-hand corner, Justin Reynolds. And then down in the lower left-hand corner of your screen, or at least the way it is to me, we got Tim White. He's the old guy, he describes himself. Mm-hmm. And, of course, Clint is here. And Big Bait John is somewhere out in the metaverse or somewhere.
He texted me and said his stuff wasn't working right. He couldn't get it working. And I think his wife's out of town, so.
And we know he don't know how to do it.
I wouldn't be able to do it if my wife wasn't here, so.
He's got to do it through Google Chrome is probably his issue.
Well, listen, Justin's not lying because the second he come in, I said, hey, I can't hear you. The first thing he did was he ran out there and got his wife like that. It is what it is. But, hey, guys, I hope you guys are doing well. And, again, you in the comment section, all that, throw your questions out and your comments because one thing about I know when we say electric only and we start talking about these lakes like Latham, Hickory Log, and the various other ones we got, a lot of the big boat glitter rocket guys might kind of look down on it. I'm telling you, the stuff that happens there can work on Lanier and all that vice versa. And some of the things these guys do, hey, you might want to pay a little bit of attention. Real quick in the comment section, Clint, can you tell him how to get Chrome?
You download Google Chrome.
You download it, big dog. There you go. I don't know. Clayton,
send him a link.
Yeah, Clayton, the Fishers tournament. They are having a kayak division that you can sign up for. I think on Tourney X. I'm not 100% sure, but
he's got an Android. That's why it's not working for him.
Oh yeah, listen, you got to step up to an iPhone, my man. Step up to that iPhone.
I don't know.
All right, but
I just tried to send him a link. We'll see.
We'll see what happens. But hey, listen, we missed you guys while we were gone last week at ICAST. We had a great time. Clint, of course, seen him down there, and we're not going to talk ICAST tonight. Tony and them covered it last night. I talked about it at lunch. Unless you got anything you need to say about ICAST, let's get it out of the way and over with. Because
ICAST was a blast. I had a lot of fun with the Rather Outdoors crew down there, meeting people, shaking babies, kissing hands, and we had a good time. I think the latest night for me was 12-15. So I did pretty dang good, I would say.
I didn't get invited. Did you, Justin?
Nope.
All right. Now we have Big Bait. John, can you hear us?
Yes, sir.
All right. Now try to turn your camera sideways.
You're asking way too much.
Yeah, but listen, you love me and you'll do it for me. See if it kicks.
How do I do that? It's not turning.
All right, well,
just hold it still for a minute. You're being impatient. Is your screen lock on?
Yeah, he's an Android.
Dude, I don't even know what the hell that means.
All right, what you got to do is you got to turn it that way and lay down.
That's exactly right.
Yeah.
That's exactly right. Welcome to the Fish North Georgia podcast on how to use our phones for a bunch of old farts. You're good right there, John. We appreciate you jumping on and all that. So
thanks, Clint.
But I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you, Clint. You did good. You didn't get in any trouble. I didn't have to do any bail money or anything like that. So
No, nothing too crazy.
it was good. It was good. So, all right, let's talk fishing. Let's go ahead and jump on it. And if you don't know these three, I will just go ahead. Let me tell you it this way. They take my money every time I fish against them. They're going to act humble, but they take my money. They're assassins straight up. They come in all nice and everything like that, but they're there to kick your ass, and that's what they do a lot of the time. So, again, great group to ask some questions. And I'm on, since Tim, you're the old guy. Okay, that's what you say. That's what it says right there. And hey, Clint, did you know that Tim and I used to play beer league softball together back in the day? That's how old he is.
I didn't know that, but I believe that 112%.
Mhm. Now we were both in better shape back then. I don't know if you
I
had.
also believe that.
Did you have hair? Did you have hair back then, Tim?
No,
I didn't think you did. You kept it short.
no.
If you
I
did.
started shaving my head when I was about 20, 21 years old.
Yeah, that's about right. I don't think I've ever remembered.
It
you
started
having hair.
turning gray. I was dyeing it at 18 and shaving it at 21.
What an honest man.
He just matured quickly is what it was right there and all that. So anyway, since you're the old man, I wanted to ask each one of you this question, just to get it started off. Why electric only? Why electric only tournaments? What's the appeal to you?
I got in it because when I got in it, gas prices hit $4 a gallon for that one time, and like I said, the guy that I was fishing with at the time in on Lanier, he had bought a John boat for him and his daughter to fish out of, and he bumped into a neighbor in the neighborhood and introduced him and told him and said, "Hey, hey, we fish tournaments out of John boats, come check it out." And I got invited into that and fished out of his boat for a while and sold my glitter rocket and dumped all that money into my John boat. And when I built my John boat, people made fun of me for spending the kind of money that I spent. Now mine's a hunk of junk compared to a lot of people's.
Oh, I know. There's some nice one out there. Hey, Ken wants to know where you shot. Are those Elbert County deer behind you?
They are, both of them.
Yeah, he hunts right above me he did up in Elberton for a while. And I'm in Wilkes. So yeah, that's what I thought. So Ken,
Yeah, both of those. Last time I checked, they were both ranked, I think, in the top 20s of biggest in the county.
there you go. Impressive. So he's a man of many talents. He can fish, played some ball, and he can hunt as well like that. Yeah, I get that. Now, when you said the prices went up, we're talking about right around Hurricane Katrina, right? That was that.
Yeah,
first time they blew up?
that when we had the shortage and everything went through the roof and $4. The first time it went to $4.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's my boat. And when I started fishing with Mike, my boat was just sitting in the garage. Actually, it wasn't even a garage; it was a boat building, unheated, unair conditioned, sometimes rat infested boat building. So my boat was just sitting there running. And I finally made up my mind I was either going to, I need to do something. So I sold it. And like I said, I dumped every bit of the money into my John boat. Back then, I bought an all welded 1751 Polar Craft on a trailer for $2,500 and gutted it and built it out, all aluminum, no wood at all.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, I didn't have a welder, didn't have access to it. This is back before anybody did this crap. And everything's bolted and pot riveted.
Mm-hmm.
But it's like 12 years old, and I got a few rivets popping out. I can redo it. The paint on the deck is 12 years old. I've been meaning to repaint it. I haven't. It's been washed twice in 12 years. The scum line on the side, that's part of our in the dirt story is,
right.
we got a mud line on the side that we ain't afraid to get into the timber and knock the mud line off. A lot of them rat boats won't get in there.
That's exactly right. It's still one of the nicest boats, electric only boats I've ever fished out of. I mean, it's a good fishing rig.
It is.
It serves its purpose.
Well, it serves its purpose well.
The live well I built is huge.
Yep.
I can count on one hand how many fish I've had die in it in like 12 years.
That's awesome.
And most of those were because of tongue hooked or we immediately knew when it was stuck. Matter of fact, I've saved fish that I thought would have died, should have died.
Yeah.
I mean, heck, my partner literally, like I caught a 5-something spot at Lanier one day. Had the crankbait nearly swallowed. Hell, he took the back hook off the bait, left the hook in the fish, gave me my bait back. I swapped baits, swapped hooks, continued fishing. A couple hours later, he got in there digging around and pulled the hook out. That fish still lived. I mean, it was fine.
And this was Justin.
Yeah,
Oh, look at you,
that
man.
man right there he's a bad son
Fish
of a gun.
doctor.
He is. He's a fish doctor right
Hell,
there.
well, last tournament we were at hard labor and my live scope went out. So Justin got in the water and started swimming around telling me where to throw.
Yeah. I don't doubt it at all. I don't doubt it at all. Now, before I go to Justin, do you still own the Lake Lanier record for that trout?
I do.
All right, so tell everybody. Listen, this guy's a record holder on Lake Lanier. Tell them a little bit about that real quick, because that's something I think that's neat as hell.
I think it was 2014. We were fishing in Baldridge, just outside of Mary Alice Boat Ramp, right there at the mouth of Baldridge Marina. And back then, everybody, no live scope. We just reared back and throwed, working a white fluke over 35 foot of water and caught a 6-pound brown trout. And the guy that was with me, he's like, "Oh my gosh, that's a trout," and I throwed it in the live well. And he's like, "You don't know what that is? That's a brown trout." And I'm like, "Yeah." So he's like, this was in like March. So the record come out in GON. They publish the fishing record, the lake records every February.
Mm-hmm.
So it was very recent that he had just seen the records. He said, "There's no lake record for a brown trout in Lake Lanier." And I'm like, "So, this is like 10:30 in the morning." I'm like, "We just got started good."
Right.
He's like, "You don't understand." He said, "I'm not making another cast until you go get that fish weighed." I'm like, "Suit yourself." I fished for another 30 minutes. He sat back there and pouted. And I said, "Are you serious?" He's like, "Yeah." So we loaded up and went to Hammond's and had it certified.
Ain't that something? I mean, that's the last thing you'd probably expect to catch on a fluke out of Baldridge Marina.
That's
I
wild.
mean, ain't it though, Clint? I mean, it's totally weird. I remember him saying that. I'm like, shit like that don't happen. So,
well, the agent that maybe dead now. The head guy of the Corps during like the 80s when they stocked brown trout, he was still involved, and he said even back when we stocked them, he said brown trout never made it to 6 pounds. He said the water temperature and the stripers kept them from getting that big.
yeah.
And he said that is an oddity, and it's probably a record that'll never be broken. Well, it all depends. I mean, some girl caught a 9-pound rainbow.
Yep.
I don't know, 5, 6, 8 years ago. So I mean, anything can happen. Where I caught mine, we don't know if it's obviously it could be striper bait, but nobody sells brown trout for striper bait.
Right.
But more than likely, it either come out of Baldridge Creek, or it come all the way down the river, and that is a long way for it to survive.
That is a long way. I remember back in the late 70s, early 80s, my dad and my grandfather they would go fish for lake trout. A lot of people don't realize
Around the dam.
Around the dam. They'd get right around them buoys and just drop. Hell, I don't remember if it was just damn worms or corn or whatever it was. They just dropped straight down, and
Yep.
You could do that. Now, of course, that's a thing of the past. We don't have that anymore. Real quick before I get to Justin, Tim, how often do you clean that live well? Michael Temples wants to know.
Never. Never do. I pump water in, I pump water out. I never clean it.
Yeah, there you go. All right, Justin, to you. Why electric only?
Man, I started several years ago as well. I'd say probably 9.5 to 10, and really I started off just to see what kind of skill. I mean, I was probably 18 when I started fishing it, so I was, I wanted to see what I could do against these guys, and I was obviously into the pro tournaments and stuff, and thought that was super cool, and I did pretty good starting off in the electric stuff, and knew I had what it took to do good against them, and then I just had kids, and I got a good job, and it's all that. So really, there's just no need. I just financially what bass boats are, and the price of gas and the price just to go fish these tournaments. I mean, financially, I just really, even just right now, I'm just content fishing the electric stuff. I wish it would grow even more because I like making money fishing, but It's just fun. There is good competition in it. The lakes are fun. Even if the tournament scene was to go away, I'd still go fish every single day I can.
Right.
So, really, that's it. There's a lot of people you see posts on forums and electric stuff. When somebody brings up electric fishing, they think we're all tree huggers and all that, but really it's just lakes that people with a gas motor can't get to, is all it boils down to.
Yeah, that's right. Did you like Clint how he basically just said he wished it would be bigger so he could take other people's money?
100%. He's getting too close to his ceiling. He's too comfortable.
That boy ain't got a
his ass
ceiling,
wet.
dude.
No, he ain't got a ceiling, but that is the most
He's
polite
built different,
way.
ain't he, John?
He is. That's the most polite way I've ever heard of. Like, I just want to kick your ass and take your money too. So I love.
Well, I do, like you said at the beginning. We're not savages, but we do put in the time, and
Yes.
we do we don't like to show up and lose. And I would say that's something that all three of us definitely have in common. We don't like to lose, so we do what we can to put the odds in our favor.
What's the last time you've ever seen me fish a tournament that I didn't pre-fish for at least one day?
Never.
They're
Amen.
always on the water, and I think a lot of people
No, not always on the water. I go at least one time.
Yeah,
He don't fun fish like I do, but
No,
if there's a tournament coming up, he'll go at least one time. But he's a 2 to 3 time fisherman.
you have to lay your eyes on the water. You've got to see the water temperature. You got to at least try to figure out where the bait is. You got to know. My thing is, you got to know where's your starting spot. Where are you going first thing?
Yeah.
And
So,
if I don't have
my thing with that is fishing in the bigger club when you got 8 to 10 boats that are running over 15 mile an hour. Some of them running 20 to 30. I'm running 6.2. But I can go wherever I want pretty much all day. Definitely, even on these 1,000-acre lakes. I can, as long as I tone it down a little bit, I can go wherever I want. It's just not as fast as I want. So pre-fishing is huge because you figure out what area of the lake most of the fish are. You figure out what color they're eating. You figure out just the little things that you don't have to try to figure out tournament day. You run these areas, you throw your round of baits through them. Sometimes you got to change it up a little bit, but at least you have a good idea of what's going on, at least what was going on, so you can build off of it. And it is huge. Even our last tournament, I'll say it, I have the hide at Hard Labor. There was 2 tournaments going on. There was probably 18 boats that blasted off, 19 boats. And I guarantee you 14 or 15 of them went one way. And, me and Tim pre-fished it, and I fished a tournament there 2 weeks prior. And I went that way too, and it was literally just dead. And me and Tim pre-fished it together. And, this is a lake that's got a couple arms in it, and it was just one arm had fish that that wanted to bite. And we went there, and like I said, we didn't plan to catch a 9-pounder, but we knew that we had a good chance of catching quality fish up that way because I caught a 6.5 pre-fishing. We lost a good one. Tim missed a good one, and we still had 17 pounds pre-fishing. So it was just one of those things. If we didn't pre-fish, our favorite spot on that lake is 20 minutes up the right arm, and we would have, without pre-fishing, we would have went that away and been with everybody else, and it was just dead up there.
Yeah, no, listen, I get it. And for those that don't know, Hard Labor is a big-ass electric-only lake. It takes a hot minute to get up that arm, one of them arms that you're talking about all the way up there. All right, before we get into the questions, Big Bait John, real quick, why electric-only for you?
I've fished out of gas boats my whole life. I'm from Okeechobee, so running 60 miles an hour really ain't my deal, man. Plus, everybody else running 60 miles an hour. Can't catch fish at 60 miles an hour, but
no.
It's something different. It's a little bit cheaper. It's a little bit more peaceful, minus all the damn paddle boarders and kayakers. Nothing against anybody, but I'm talking about the ones that don't fish. They just go out there and pleasure scoot.
The Rainbow Warriors.
Absolutely, man. I don't know. Plus, onto the electric pre-fishing thing, it's like Justin taught me this year. He goes, how far can you travel on your boat and your batteries? And I was like, that's a damn good question. He goes, that's a part of pre-fishing.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, no, it is. It is. And the batteries have come a long way, and the motors and all that as well. So,
yeah, that's nuts, man. But the electric legs, I started fishing with a similar group of people me and Justin know. John and Lee and Robert, a
Mhm.
bunch of guys we went to school with, and it was cool, man. And then, I found out how good Justin and Tim were, and I fished a tournament, I fished a series with y'all, and then, yeah, pretty much from there, I've just been completely addicted for 5 years now.
Yeah, I don't think a lot of people realize just how good some of our electric only or our smaller bodies of water really are.
Oh yeah,
And especially up here in North Georgia. Now, Latham is it's a little bit different because it's got spots, but the majority of the lakes are largemouth, right? I mean, the majority
yeah,
of the lakes you guys fish are largemouth lakes, and everybody's like, well, North Georgia's spotted bass. And yeah, it might be on the big lakes, but on these lakes, you can go catch some toad ass largemouth.
dude. I'm telling you, today, me and Underwood went to Ackworth lipsticker fishing.
Mhm.
Dude, caught 20 pounds flipping jigs, no scope, less than 5 feet of water.
Yeah, he hit me up and he goes, that dude knows how to fish.
I appreciate that.
Yeah,
Coming
yeah,
from him, that means
yeah,
a lot.
yeah.
But
It's all pretty good. Real quick, let's see. Michael Temples, any of you guys can answer this. How often do you fish history versus fishing what you found pre-fishing?
depends.
I
Is
fish
it
a
for,
lot of history.
is it producing? If it ain't producing, I won't go to it.
Well, I guess you don't know if it's producing if you ain't pre-fishing.
That's what pre-fishing's for, to go find out if your history works.
Yep.
Well,
Yeah, I always check it, but you can't rely on it. Like even Latham, that was what was cool about our schedule this year. I was more worried about our home lakes than anything, just
Yes.
because of that reason, because you have so much history. But it's one of them things you gotta try different things. You can't just stick to it. You can't just sit at home and be like, I know that lake. I'm gonna go out there and do good. Like I said, because there are a lot of guys that we fish against that can catch them. So
That's
you
what Nikolai
you gotta
said,
go
dude.
check it.
He said I should have pre-fished, and as soon as he said that, I was like, "Well, that's why you
He
lost."
did. Yep. At our last tournament when we won points, Nikolai came up to me. He said, "You gonna make me start having to pre-fish which he pre-fishes or he fishes every single weekend, so it's hard for
Yeah,
him to actually put in a day. I am fortunate. I do kind of have my own business, and back in the day, it wasn't that way. Tim would always have to go pre-fish for us because he gets paid to go fish during the week.
mhm,
But
look at that
mhm.
smile.
this past year, it has been cool because it is nice to definitely on these smaller lakes. Because like John said, you have a lot of paddle boarders. Some of these lakes are only 300 to 500 acres, so you get 10 kayakers out there, whether they're fishing or fun fishing. And you get 5 to 10, John boats out there on a weekend. It gets crowded, so
Right.
it has been nice to be able to go out during the week and have the lake to myself and be able to go run around and find out where fish are, what they'll eat, and just those kind of little things.
Oh yeah, and I'm gonna pick your brains about what they're gonna eat. But first, my great friend Ken Pruitt wants to know, would I do better if I threw something besides a wacky worm? Thoughts?
I'm just gonna say yes because I'm too ADHD to sit there that long. But Tim tells me I'm pretty good at throwing it. I can throw it when it's time to actually throw it. I can drag it from the back of the boat, but if I'm up front, you won't find me throwing it much.
I've never
Yep.
seen anybody that can fish as good out of the back of the boat without a graph, without live scope. I mean, nowadays we've got people with live scope on the back with turrets. They can control them like they want. And I guarantee you, I put him against anybody on the back of the boat with a turret.
Yeah, I agree with
He-
that.
That boy don't need live scope.
Dude, Justin is.
All I got to do is keep the back of the boat anywhere close to the bank, and he's money.
Yeah,
He
look,
is, dude. He is
I know. Oh, trust me, I
Like
know.
John says, he's built different.
completely different.
That's a
I don't
bad
care what
dude
Andy
right
said.
there.
Okay, well, let me ask you guys this, all right? Because we've all been fishing for a long time, and everybody's fussing or not fussing. Everybody talks forward-facing sonar and everything. On the electric side, I know you guys fished without it. How's it changed your fishing on some of these lakes?
Changing a lot.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean,
For
some
sure.
guys I know, used to be really good power fishermen and all that. They got the scope. Now they're out there chasing them over water. But like Justin, you still like. I know Tim's really good with the scope. You all are good with the scope, but I would say Justin, you still prefer the power stuff. Like if you could beat the bank, you'd beat the bank, right?
Man,
If
I
he
just
really
like
would.
catching fish, honestly. But I will say a lot of my success is because I can not look at it. and go throw a buzz bait, go throw a frog, go throw a spinner bait. I mean, I've had a tournament where a spinner bait's played this year. I've had a tournament where I've had two or three where a buzz bait's really played. I've weighed 3 in on a frog in the 5-fish tournament that I got second on. So I mean, being able to do both has been huge. But I've had a few where I've done really good where live scopes played huge. So being well versed, that's what I tell Tim all the time. I'm not really good at everything, but I'm pretty good at a lot of things.
I listen. That's good. Here's an interesting question for you two, and I think I got an idea how you're going to answer just because I know you guys. But Casey Richards wants to know, for Tim and Justin, who would y'all say is the better fisherman?
We'll let Tim answer.
Yeah, Tim, I think, but here's the thing. I'm just going to say this from me, knowing both of you and knowing the way you guys fish. I think both of you got strengths that the other one kind of is okay at, but that's their core strength, and that's why you guys suit each other.
They're so balanced, dude. It's insane.
Fair to say that? I mean,
I cannot. I've had days where I've toted us.
Mm-hmm.
Justin's had days where he has from the back of the boat.
Yeah.
So who do you think's better?
Oh, I don't know.
If the man's catching 5-pounders out of the back of the boat while I'm catching 3-pounders out of the front, he's pretty bad.
All right, Clint, what do you think on that? You gonna say out of it? Or you gonna guess?
I think it's just the perfect combination of like you need separately. If you put you guys in different boats, you're not going to be near as successful as if you're together in the same boat. Is what it seems like.
It's because they give each other information. They're best buds.
Well, not even that. If to be honest, if me and Tim go fish a 10-boat tournament, solo tournament, me and him are both usually towards the top.
Yep.
In my mind, I think we're both really good. We just approach things differently. And that's where I've gotten good in the back because I never wanted to be in the back. I didn't really grow up bass fishing too much. Not till I was probably a late teenager. I mean, I always fished. I mean, for sure. But even when I started bass fishing with my dad, a lot of times he would give me the trolling motor. So I was kind of used to being up front and doing all that. And fishing out of the back, Tim's really the only guy I've ever fished out of the back of. I mean, I'll jump in the boat with buddies and stuff like that. But tournament fishing religiously, he's the only guy I fished out of the back of. And to me, he's a lot slower and methodical than I am. If we find fish in an area, if we find, say we got a brush pile out here and stuff like that, but we're catching buzzbait fish too, he'll run that area with a buzzbait and then go check the offshore stuff. Where if I'm catching them on a buzzbait, I'll never touch that offshore stuff until later, just because I feel like timing on that stuff's huge. But like I said, I never question him because I just sit back there and I know we're around fish and I just fish and we always do good. We've done good together. I mean, we got a good 1-2 punch, but like I said, we just from the front of the boat, I feel like we approach things a little bit differently.
I do several times. I mean, I offer him. I mean, I sit back in the back. I'll let him go.
Oh, he does. He tries to get me to get in the front all the time. But definitely now that I've got my boat fishing, I know how it does. I know how it is being out there. You want to be in the front. So I mean, I just fish. I just enjoy to fish. I like taking my eyes off the screen because when I'm up front, it's hard. You can't force yourself to.
Yeah,
and that's the one bad thing about a 1751. It's a narrow boat.
We can't both stand up there.
You see two people standing on the front deck, and you can't really do that in mine. There's no comfort zone for two people to stand and live scope in the front of my boat.
I don't see the purpose in 2 people live scoping anyway.
I don't either.
I think that's where Justin, the first thing you and me talked about pretty much was there's no purpose in you scoping with me. And I was like, I agree. I need to be doing something different.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I just saw how it's played off with me and Tim because there's a day where those scope fish really play, and there's a time when throwing a topwater shallow as you can or dragging something on the bottom, you can't see those fish on scope. So, I mean, there's days where that really plays.
Clint, how many of our electric-only reservoirs in North Georgia have you actually been on? Just out of curiosity, because none?
Come on, Clint, let's go tomorrow.
No, we need to get Clint on that because I think it would really open his eyes, especially some of the stuff you throw.
Oh, I think a lot of people, they don't really understand. They just see electric, and I'm not saying that's everybody, but just a lot of people, they see electric and they're like, oh, these guys are against gas. They probably show up in a
We just can't afford the gas, brother.
Hey,
they
that's
probably
James
show up in a
Richardson.
Prius with
That's
their
James
boat behind
Richardson
them.
towing his electric boat with his Prius.
Oh
Was
my
that-
God, dude! I saw that
I mean,
shit.
if they
I
would
about lost
sponsor
it.
me, I would totally show up.
Oh yeah, pay me.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I would
All
do that.
electric.
But you know what? Clint loves, he's really good with the scope and all that, but he also likes to throw big glide baits and stuff. I think Latham would sit right up his alley if we could ever get him on Latham, just because
Oh,
it has
Yeah, that'd be a
Let's go,
blast.
Clint.
Let's go.
it has a lot of the stuff that he likes to do. All right. So we heard Doug earlier. Doug Phillips wants to know what your boat setups are. We heard from Tim. He's got the 1751 Polar Craft, right? I said that right? Okay. And I mean, it's I fished out of it. Don't let him fool you. It's a damn nice boat. All right, Justin, what do you got?
I got like a 16 or 17 foot. It was a old. It was like early 2000s Express. It was an old stick steer that I've got decked out. All the wood's swollen. It's falling apart, but
It's got
he's still
patina.
catching them, and the live well still pumps, and my
That's
bilge
right.
works.
I put my foot through it the other day.
It's got character and all that. And John, I've been on your boat recently. What is yours?
It's the same as Tim's.
Oh, it's a 51 too.
Yeah. No.
All I,
Yeah, it's a 51. I'm pretty sure.
all I know is it was hot as hell with me, you, and Tony over there on Latham that day. Good God, that was miserable hot.
That's one bad thing about aluminum. It gets hot.
Oh, dude. Quit.
I was sitting there basting like a damn chicken on the daggum deck, just sitting there in my own juices and all that stuff. What are you laughing at? The
just
visual?
You're fun. Yeah, I was just
Clint, you know what's
thinking of-
funny? They were wearing the same shirt. They were totally matching. They were just sweating their asses off, dude.
Me and
Oh,
Tony
that's
were.
funny.
I had my Tony Collin fishing shirt on
Nice.
like that. Yeah, but
We were fishing our tournament the other day, dude, and friggin' Justin's like, "Hey, man, you want to jump in?" And I was like, "Nah, I can't really soak my sensor." But you can. And he goes, "Thanks for your permission." By the time I turned around, that bastard hopped in the water, dude.
well, you can get away with that on some of the electric. You ain't got to worry about
Hey, I
getting run
almost didn't. We won the points and stuff, and at the end they called me up. They were like, "Hey, we got a couple complaints today. Did you jump in the water, or did you get in the water?" And I'm like, "Yeah." And they're like, "Well, Latham, there's signs everywhere. It says no swimming. You're not allowed to do that. We're gonna have to DQ you." I about lost my shit. I'm just standing there like, "Really?"
I thought he was gonna whoop Terry's ass.
Oh, what was it, Terry?
It
Carrie.
was
So
all
they
of them.
blamed it on Terry, but it was Geiger and
Oh,
and
okay.
Carrie and,
Oh.
and Blake.
So they were just
Nice.
messing with you.
Yeah.
But I would, you know what? To be honest, just for shits and giggles, I would have loved to seen your temper come out if it was true.
I was ready. I was ready to help him.
I didn't hear what they said, but I was watching his face and I saw the expression change.
Yeah, that I can believe that 100%.
I bet you that was a stomach sinking, like watery jaw type of feeling.
Yeah, I was like, "Are you kidding me?"
Well, unfortunately, without saying names, and I'm not going to do that, we do know that in some places that around here, some clubs, they might have DQ'd you for that. You never know. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because he's not
Right.
the president.
Yeah, well, you said that, I didn't, and you guys can read between the lines right there on that one.
Yeah, there are clubs that the president can not have a fishing license,
Mhm. Break
show
too
up
many
late to weigh in, and
fish in the live well.
pull
Too
up the
many
parking
fish in the
lot.
live
Yeah,
well.
Clint, you're out of the loop on this one. I'll have to fill you in. Clint's like, I have no idea what these guys are talking about. Clint, did you know that I caught my first A-rig fish with Mr. Tim White right there?
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, what's even cooler was it was a broke one. He gave me a broke ass one. It had it was supposed to be like 3 arms and only
Missing
had
an
2.
arm.
no,
Yeah.
it was a 5 arm, and when you throw an arm off, you know it's time to replace it.
Yeah.
We just bent a 5 arm into a 4 arm, and Danny made a few casts with it, caught a fish.
It was
That's
like that. So,
hilarious.
yes, that was my first ever A-rig fish was like that. That was over at Cedar Creek, wasn't it?
Yep.
I hate that damn lake.
Oh,
can't
like I
stand it.
told you, I was telling Justin about that earlier. I mean, or a while back, crankbaits, man. I used to throw so many crankbaits,
Mhm.
and then A-rigs come out, and then I started throwing A-rigs, and then Live Scope came out. And I don't throw either one. But with that being said, I bet I got 1,000 crankbaits in my boat that I never throw.
Yeah,
But he
it's
won't get them.
strange.
He won't take them out because it slows them down.
Yeah, I take them out, and my boat slows down.
Really? You think
Oh, yeah.
so?
It's the
Oh,
balance.
it 100% does.
It lightens the front of the boat.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
that's the thing too. A lot of people don't realize. Like, you got to keep on an electric rig. You got to have the front down some, or it won't run near as good.
What was it that one
Really?
tournament, Justin? I weighed it. Didn't I pull like 50 pounds of tackle out of my boat and we went slower?
Wasn't that before Rocky years
Yes.
ago?
I think
And we
so.
won that tournament?
Yeah, probably.
That's crazy. All right, we'll start with you, John, and work our way around this way. What's your favorite lake to fish? And then Ben on TikTok. I'll get to you right here in just a second.
Like my favorite all electric lake.
Yeah, let's go. Let's keep it to a small body of water.
Log.
I don't know, man. It's between Hickory Log and Latham, but I haven't fished a gajillion of them, like Justin and Tim. But I don't know. I don't want to say my favorite lake because me and Justin have to fish there. And also, I'm tired of giving people juice. But yeah, no, we got to figure something out. And I'm not really sure it's a coin toss, let's be honest.
Okay, there you go. Fair enough, Justin.
Man, I don't even know if I have a favorite. I mean, I live 7 minutes from Latham. I've caught a lot of good fish there. It's fun. I've learned a ton of stuff there. It's fun to go during the week and learn different baits. But I just like to fish different lakes. I like to go out there and figure it out. I love all the southern lakes. I like Bear Creek. I like Black Shoals. I like Hard Labor. I like Varner. Varner. I want to spend more time out there. So we fished there 2 months ago and caught over 20 pounds and finished fourth. It took 30 to
Got
win.
beat by 10 pounds.
That was the worst ever, but so cool.
Did you hear that, Clint? Did
Like
you
that
hear
lake's
that?
got them.
Nah, that's
Yeah.
wild.
What did it take to win?
30.
30,
I'm telling
30,
you something.
and then 24, and then 22, and we had like a little over 20.
Really?
Yeah.
Barely over 20, yeah.
Well, we had 2070 something, I think.
There's some, and that's all largemouth.
That's
Good
all
enough.
largemouth, and then
Good enough
even
for fourth place.
even Bear Creek, we had a little over 20 pounds and got second to like 24. Black Shoals in February, we caught 21 something.
Dude, that was an awesome
third.
tournament.
Got third.
Got third. I mean,
I saw
yeah.
the videos, John.
Yeah.
Dude, let me tell you guys something about Justin and that tournament. Okay, I caught 7 fish that day from the back of the boat for fishing behind Justin. That's pretty damn good. When I say this dude caught over 30 fish and he looks at me at the end of the day and says, the only mistake I made was I threw a minnow at that 7-pounder and I should have threw my A-rig.
Dude, that was like 2 days later I said that too. I didn't even think about it. For
Oh,
I'd
you
been
said it on the way
smoking them
home.
on the A-rig, and I picked up a minnow when we were going across this pocket, and I caught 2 or 3 that were floating, and I got to this log or this stick. It was like a tree, and there's a giant sitting next to it. And instead of sitting it down and grabbing the A-rig, which they'd been chewing, I threw the minnow to it, and it just kind of followed it and all that. But if I'd have thrown that A-rig, it would have smoked it. I don't think I threw at a fish with an A-rig that didn't smoke it all day.
If you'd have thrown the A-rig, it would have probably been a hybrid.
No,
It
it was an
be.
8-pounder.
It was giant, dude. He literally showed me it on scope. His minnow was like this, and the fish's blip was like that.
It
I was
was a 7+ for sure.
like, dude.
All right, now listen. A lot of you guys, hey, listen. I went ahead because I was getting behind in the comment, and I scrolled on down to the bottom. So if I missed your question, put it there again. But I'm gonna read a couple of them real quick. First of all, Purrs wants to know: are they in the effing dirt or no? For these guys, they probably always are. Now, Clint, well, you weren't around for that. This is when we was in the basement. Notorious night that maybe Justin might have partook in the little extra beverages.
Not pre-gamed a little too hard.
He pre-gamed a little too hard, but they were talking about a tournament over at Rocky or fishing at Rocky. Tell them
It
about
was a
Tournament or
fun fishing day.
It was just fun fishing that
All
day.
right, tell Clint about this day.
Tim,
Go ahead, Justin.
Uh,
It's better from you.
This is amazing.
Dude, Tim reached out to me one day during the week because Rocky, man, when it gets cold and then it starts to warm up, when it hits that certain temperature, it just goes on fire. And that was the one time we hit it perfect. And we went over there, and before we even left the boat ramp cove, we done caught, I think, a couple over 4, and it was just dumb. And we caught them all day, but we ended up in this one little area, and these guys were stuck in this boat, in like 2 foot of water.
That was the day we met Tim. Tim was
Tim.
out there that day.
Oh,
Tim
that's
McGuire?
right. That's right.
Yes.
Tim McGuire. Okay.
Yeah.
there you
He
go.
was out there that day. We passed him.
Yep, that's
and,
right.
And we later messaged each other on Facebook after he saw their post.
There you go.
Well,
That's pretty cool.
there was these guys stuck in this boat, and there was literally like a cloud of dust, and they were literally sitting up on this flat where we wanted to fish. And Tim's like, "Screw it," you know. They kind of got off of it, and he's like, "If they're up there, they're up there." And he makes like a cast up there and catches like a 7. And it was just, I don't know, that's kind of where it come from, just in the dirt, you know.
In the dirt.
Every fish was
And they
caught
were
that day
fish
was
were like
7.
put up. Yeah. That was the day we caught. Tim caught 35, 75, and I caught like 28 behind him. But every time I'd catch like a 6, he'd catch a 7. I'd catch a 5.5, and he'd catch a 7. And it was. But every one of them was in like 2 foot or less on a rattle trap.
Yeah. What was the best 5 again? What'd you say? 37?
35,
75.
75.
35.75 on an electric only reservoir here up in North Georgia.
Every fish was over 7 pounds but one, and it was right at 7.
It was like 6-12.
And we lost one fish that day, and that fish that I lost come by the front of the boat and had one hook of one treble in its mouth, and it jumped, and it would have been over 7.
Yeah.
We would have had
Yeah.
every fish over 7 that day.
And,
Yeah.
and Rocky can do that, or Rocky can humble you as well.
Tell
for
you
sure.
how humbling it was. Justin went back the very next day and got 2 bites.
Because you sore hooked every damn fish in the lake.
Yeah. But that lake gets like that.
Yeah, no, it is. The collective brain power here is almost scary. 2-stroke MX says, yeah, we got some smart guys on here tonight. Lance Boat, right, says,
That's my buddy.
that's your buddy. Well, Big Bait John's buddy says, playing off each other always expedites. One on the scope, one not, each with something different. If one guy gets on, he can pass that info on. Yeah, for sure. Doug Phillips wants to know your motors. Now you got a E-Propulsion Navy 6. So he's got a Navy 6. You got
I got the same
thing, and then you got the Haas wings or what?
Yeah, I got 500 hash wings on the back of mine.
Yeah.
When I built my boat, I was running 3 36-volt trolling motors. 2
Oh
on
my
the back,
God.
1 on the front.
I'm running 4.
Yeah. Well,
All
no,
36?
yeah.
No, 24s.
Okay.
No, I
Yeah,
remember that.
I was running 10 batteries, and they were all gel cell.
I
They
have
were
2
heavy.
batteries, Tim.
They
Well,
were,
I
they were
mean,
heavy.
Yeah, I mean, when we first started, because I remember I had 3 trolling motors on the back, 1 on the front. You had basically 2 fat girls worth of weight on your boat. I mean, that's what you were dragging around, and we thought 3.9 was good,
Well,
back in the day.
Oh, yeah.
Every battery on my boat was 55 pounds.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's
And I
a lot.
had 10 of them.
Oh, and,
Tim
and-
had the best batteries there were besides lithiums, though.
They
Hell
were,
Those
yeah.
bad.
gel batteries are good.
That's
yeah,
what I've heard.
They were gel cell wheelchair batteries.
Yeah, I remember. See,
Really?
electric only. Oh yeah, they come up with some crazy ass stuff trying to make things
That's
work.
wild. I had on my 12-foot kayak, I had one like 27 Everstart from Walmart and a 55-pound thrust trolling motor, and I could go 4.8 in that little 12-foot
Well-
kayak. And I thought I
So
was
out there,
screaming.
it's not even the speed, really. It's just the longevity. And yeah, that's what I started off with, was buying like the Walmart marine batteries. And you
Yeah.
had like 4 of them in the back because you had 2 24-volt motors and then like a 24 up front. And yeah, you just could, like at Hickory Log, it's so long. I mean, you'd be dead coming back in to the boat
Yeah.
ramp.
Oh, good.
I
don't know how,
I had it catch on fire on me one time.
Oh,
and
God.
I
I've
There's
had
seen
been
that.
several people that does that.
in a kayak.
in a kayak. Yeah, I had to I had to grab the on fire trolling motor off the back and to pull the transom. It was like the transom with the little screw
Yeah.
mounts or whatever.
Right.
And I had to just rip it off while it was on fire and rip the cables off and let it go to the bottom of Lake Glenville up in the mountains. And then I had to throw the battery in the water.
Dang.
Dang, I hear you.
I was in 180 foot of water. I thought I was going to sink.
All right, real quick, and this is probably for the guys in the comment section, but on TikTok, y'all guys ever fish Lake Oconee? I haven't been on Oconee in a long time, but maybe somebody Ben in the comment section has.
Hit
And
up
then,
John G. Wilson.
yeah, John G. Wilson would be good. And is Blue Ridge Is Blue Ridge or Carter's Lake doing good right now? I mean,
I love Carter's.
I
He
it's
lost me at the right now part.
not the time of the year.
He had
No,
pre-fished.
I wouldn't have any idea how it is right now, but I know Carter's is good.
Oh yeah, Carter's is really really good.
So is Blue Ridge, but Tim hates it.
I hate that place.
I love Lake Blue Ridge.
It's only because I've only been a couple of times and I haven't got on a good bite.
Yeah.
Oh, dang.
Do you find the bite on Blue Ridge better up the river or like in the big water near the marinas and the dam?
It depends on the time of the year.
Yeah, I've only been 3 or 4 times, and I was pre-fishing for one of the EBO tournaments a few years ago. And I caught them pretty good up the river the first time I went, and then I figured something out Main Lake, and I don't think I caught them that good tournament day. I think I had like 10 pounds. But
Danny,
Yeah.
54 years of my life, that's the only tournament I've ever said, I'm not fishing. If you want to fish, you can fish. I'm not fishing.
Fair enough. I get that. I caught a walleye there last time I fished.
I caught a walleye pre-fishing.
But okay, but did you catch your walleye deep?
Not really. It was kind of up the river. It was probably only 10, 15 foot. It was on a school of bait. I caught it on a minnow.
What's that ramp we put in at last couple of years? Yeah, no, it's terrible. But I remember we were just sitting there because my trolling motor died, and so we were just sitting there, and I was throwing an underspin in about 5 foot of water, and all of a sudden, wham!
We caught them on Carter's on a fluke one day. Walleye. Just randomly up in 2 foot of water.
That's some good walleye fit. Now Justin, Clint back over on that Rocky Mountain, he had a day where he caught and released the lake record walleye in one day. He caught it twice, 2 different fish, right? Am I correct with that?
Yeah.
I don't know what the record is, but he caught 2 big walleye.
I mean, they were 7+.
At
Weren't they?
least.
Yeah, at
That's
least they're
wild.
pretty big. I caught one on a mag draft and one, I think, on an A-rig, or I don't know.
Who
I
the
don't
hell
remember what the
catches,
second one was.
who catches a walleye on a mag draft? Except
that
for
guy.
you.
I have to. Yeah.
Have you,
It
have
was
you
actually
really?
it was
That
one
guy
of the
Yeah, is that here?
unrigged ones. I had like a 1 ounce underspin rigged in.
But that's
rigged
how
in
I
like-
caught. That's how I caught mine. Was on the big owner flashy swimmer
Gotcha.
with the 6-inch freestyle or whatever.
Yeah,
And
the freestyle. Yeah,
caught it in like 2 feet of water. I was
Danny,
just-
I'll tell you how good that guy is. He caught 2 catfish one morning. One of them was alive, one of them was dead.
You got a dead catfish.
Dude, one of them
On a
was
chatterbait.
first. One of them was first cast on this sweet point on Lanier, though, dude. I thought I had a dog, and then it just started circling, and I'm like, man.
You caught it. How much did it weigh?
The first one was probably eight pounds. The dead one was probably 3, but I was literally just dragging.
But he probably felt like he was
I'm like,
8.
dude, I got something, and I done snagged a catfish.
A dead catfish. He's
Tell
only
me somebody that catches 2 fish in a bass tournament on the same day on Lanier, 2 catfish, and one of them dead.
you would be the
That's
first
funny.
person I've ever heard of catch a dead fish, a dead catfish at that for sure.
Leave it to me.
Well, hey, somebody got to do it, right?
Hey,
So
we
we got
do some crazy stuff.
we got a record holder and we got a guy that catches dead fish on Lanier. So there we go.
Impressive.
Now Coleman asked earlier about where if Tim lived out near Elberton. He doesn't. He lives about 10 minutes from me over here. He just hunted out that way. That was earlier in the show, and I meant to bring that comment up because do you fellows like Fort Yargo?
I've only been
Oh,
twice.
I hate it. I've only fished one tournament out there, and I hated it.
I've never been.
That was when it was with high voltage, and me and William went out there, and it was a day that I guess they were having some kind of triathlon or the Georgia row team or something like that was out there, because all of a sudden here come all these people running around. Next thing you know, they're all in kayaks and stuff going by you some tournament. And I was like, we hadn't gotten a bite, and I was like, this place sucks. I ain't been back.
I think it would be an outstanding lake with live scope. When I
Yep.
fished it, it was before live scope. You just found a long point and throw crankbaits and stuff like that, or you found a bunch of underwater rock piles and you throw whatever. I think that lake would probably be like a very 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 small rock with live scope.
Tim's
Yeah.
the oldest live scoper you gonna find.
He
I
actually,
was late. I was late to the party, man. They've been people for years.
He was like a
before
year
I got
late,
there.
but he's all about it. He done forgotten crankbaits,
I done
everything.
forgot. I done forgot
He's a
how to
line
throw a
scoper.
crankbait.
he, how old are you, Tim?
I'm 54, same age as you.
I know. When's your birthday? I'm trying to figure out if we're
March.
you're old. March what?
16th.
All right, so you're 7 days older than me. So I knew you was the oldest fart on this show. So there we go. I knew we were close. Here's a good question. Is there a charger to get you back up, or is it just the battery bank you've installed? Now, if you're talking about on the water with these electric rigs, it's pretty much you run what you brought, and when it's out, it's out.
You
So
better hope
nobody
you
uses
charge
like a
it
power
up.
pole move or like a powerhouse lithium like on run and gun. I guess there's no motor to.
There's no motor to charge it.
Yeah,
I guess
you can't
Yeah.
use it.
I mean, Carrie Bell's motor probably pushes enough RPMs to charge something like that.
It's
Yeah.
all about your. It's all about amp hours and kilowatts. Your batteries are all rated in amp hours, and the more amp hours you have, the better.
Yeah, people don't
And
realize that.
motors are
though.
rated in kilowatts, and the higher the kilowatts, the more battery drain you have.
You
Is there
know?
anybody running solar panels?
That's what I was
Their
going to
solar
say.
panels don't work,
I don't.
man.
I don't think that would. I don't think
It's
it would.
too slow. I feel like
Too
too.
slow.
Yeah.
I don't
It
think
is.
it would have enough time.
Most
Even-
of your solar panels are like 3 amp trickle.
Dude, when I worked on
that.
campers, you won't even find 3 amps. Most of them are like 1.5. So you'd
Yeah.
have 200 amp hour batteries dead because your solar charger is actually pulling more power than it's putting into the battery. Believe it
that's-
or not.
And I will tell you this now, when Tim starts bringing out like all the arithmetic and all that, it does help to know that, because for years we had that Elko, and I just in my mind 48 volt, you run 48 volt, but we didn't have nowhere near.
You had crappy
Yeah.
batteries.
We had crappy
Yep.
batteries, but I bet you we never got the actual juice of that Elko to
Oh,
about
God,
like
no.
60 to
No.
70%.
Dude,
No.
Elcos are notorious for eating.
They
batteries.
pull a lot. Yeah,
I-
they,
I-
they have a lot of.
If you don't have good
output.
batteries, an Elco will kill them.
I think the EP20 pulls about 9,600 watts, and I think Eric Richards come up to the shop one day and gave me a math lesson,
He
and I was
probably
like,
did. He's smart like that.
he is smart like that, and I was sitting there like, damn, we probably been running 50% the whole time
Yeah,
and
you're-
not know it. I didn't know
Yeah.
it, so I did after the fact.
if anybody
Sounds like I
ever
need to
want
take
get,
it to Sonar Pros.
If
get
everybody,
rigged up.
anybody's ever wanting to get
Do it
low
myself, Clint.
dollar into it, I mean, I'm not sponsored. I'm not promoted anything. I mean, I'm just telling you what I got. Yes, an Elco makes an awesome motor, but for the money,
Mhm.
my Navy 6.0 is one bad dude.
It is.
It's only 6,000 wide open at 6,000 kilowatts. I run 240 amp hour battery, a 48 volt, 240 amp hours. And you can ask Justin, I can run all day wide open wherever he wants to go.
Dude, we've left Mary Alice and went all the way to where'd we go?
We went all the way to the back of Shoal Creek.
Shoal
one day.
Creek.
We went from Mary Alice all the way to 3/4 to the way back of Young Deer.
Yeah.
Yep.
And I think that's what, I think a lot of that's changed too, is like from when we first started to the motors and the batteries now is the distance you guys can travel.
It has.
Exactly.
And,
When we get
and-
when we
or go ahead.
when we get to the ramp, we literally, I'm like, what do you think my batteries are at? And he's like, I don't know. I run them wide open today, probably 34, and they'll be like 62.
Yeah.
62% still charged.
Yeah. And you're all lithium now, right?
I am all lithium now.
Lithium changed the game too.
Well,
in
that's
the
what I was going to say too. Like a lot of these guys are running the high power batteries, and that they are a really good company. Like they make a good battery. But I had a battery go out a few weeks ago, and I mean I've had it for a good year now, year and a quarter. And man, I reached out to them. They reached right back out to me. They had me download the app. I sent them a screenshot of it. They're like, I really can't figure out what's going on with it. And, I mean, I didn't tell them, look, hey, I'm leading points. I got one more tournament left. Like, I didn't tell them nothing. I just like, look, I fish a lot. I'd like to get a new battery and see what I can do about this. And well, look, send it into us. And as soon as we see it's coming our way, we'll put you one in the mail. Dude, they sent me one. It got lost, and they sent me another one, and I had it within like 2 weeks. So they're
good.
a super good company. They make a super good battery. Like, I'd totally put my money towards them again for sure.
That's exactly what I run too.
Okay, that's good. That's actually, hey, listen, I think word of mouth is some of the best praise you can get.
Customer service is important.
It is important.
Sure.
Now,
When
let's see. Let
talking
me,
about customer service, same guy that Justin's talking about. When I
You
ordered
can
mine,
cut it off.
I got a battery charger that was bad, and he literally, no questions asked, sent me another battery charger.
yeah, that's good though. That's high praise. David Ramirez, what do you guys recommend to be successful in electric fishing tournaments?
We can't tell him.
Because
Don't fish dead water.
we fish against David. I would
Hey,
say
David.
this.
No, I'm just kidding.
Pre-fish, David. You got to
Pre-fish.
see the water, man.
Yeah, that's
Free
probably the
fish and
biggest
don't
one.
fish dead water.
Time on the water.
Yep. Yeah, and that's all it is pre-fishing, like John said, so you don't fish dead water. Because there are the bigger the lake, usually, the more dead water there is. The more time you spend tournament day trying to locate them, trying to figure them out. You know, if you can go practice and kind of figure out where they're sitting, you know, a lot of times it's no different than a big lake. You know, you take a 500-acre lake or a 50,000-acre lake. If you can figure out where they're sitting, a depth range, what they're eating, you can duplicate it.
Like we were talking about earlier about that last tournament at Hard Labor. We pre-fished. We ended up with 17 pounds, but we worked on it all day long.
Mhm.
But the goal there was not really to catch 17 pounds. The goal was to I found 3 worm colors that they would buy.
Right.
I went into that tournament a week later knowing 3 worm colors that, hey, if it's cloudy, I'm gonna throw this. If it's sunny, I'm gonna throw this. Hey, if they don't bite this, I'm gonna throw this.
Yeah.
People asked me, said, what'd you catch that on? Literally, we had 2 people ask me. I'll do a lot of things, but I won't lie to you.
Right.
I don't like being put in that situation a lot of times. Don't just come up and ask me, what'd you catch it on? You know, but they asked me after the tournament, you know, hey, what'd you catch it on? I caught it on a shaky head. And
Yeah.
they both did not think I was telling the truth.
Well,
I don't know what else I was supposed to have caught it on, but that's what I threw.
yeah. Well, that's up to them to believe it. But let
And
me
he
ask
thought
you
he
this.
had a catfish.
Well, yeah.
I told him, I said, this fish is so big, if it bites, I said, I don't know, maybe a catfish. It was big.
As a
That-
bargain.
It
Was
a
that-
big one.
Was that 9?
Yes. Later
And we didn't
on,
even think it would be 9. It was only 880 on his scale.
Ooh.
well, later
That
on that
won't feel
day, I
good.
had one pinned to a tree that I told Justin before I even cast at it. I said, if that fish bites, it's a big one. And I hooked it and it got wrapped up and we stood there for 20 minutes.
Yes.
20 minutes trying to get that fish to untangle itself and it wouldn't.
Yeah.
And Justin's like, I got to go. I got to try it. And I'm like, dude, it's 12 foot down. He's like, I got to try it. Well, he got in the water and obviously he couldn't make it to it, but I ended up having to break it off after 20 minutes.
Yeah.
And it
told-
stayed
he told me
there.
that. Did it really? He told me that Justin the other day. He was texting me about it. He goes, dude went in the water after the fish. He tried it. So
That's what I said, it was depressing. I mean, there's no telling what we could have had that day. Because that fish, I can promise you, that fish was 5+.
all right, let me ask you this, because you guys were talking about pre-fish and all that. When you get into a tournament, how long do you? Let's say you're throwing a shaky head, Tim, and then Justin, whatever you can be buzzing, whatever the hell bait you want. All 3 of you can answer. How long do you give it before you will try a different color?
I may beat that dead horse for a long time.
So it takes
I
you
have-
a while.
I have I've learned, I've fished a long time in my life, and I've got an absolute basement slap full of crap that I do not use. I've got probably 50,000 worm colors. I have 5 worm colors that I throw now. The day we were at Hard Labor, I pulled out a worm color that I probably have never caught. I told him, I said, I never got a bite on it. I caught 2 or 3 fish immediately on it. I'm like, well, see, now I got another color.
There you go. But wait, 2-3 hours maybe, or is it that long?
I show up, if I was to go to Latham tomorrow,
Yeah, tomorrow. Let's say tomorrow you're on Latham.
I'm a shaky head guy. I do not like a jig. I throw a jig, I get hung up, I break off. It's 2 casts later, I break off. I'm a shaky head guy. I show up tomorrow at Latham, I'm showing up with 2 shaky heads tied on. One of them's black, one of them's green pumpkin. On that green pumpkin head, I'll throw a certain color. I'll throw any version of green pumpkin, watermelon, whatever. On that black head, I'll throw black or skumpkin on, or I'll throw something like that. It's just I throw 2 color heads,
Mm-hmm.
and I'll have and I don't know why in the world anybody would ever need anything heavier than anything other than a 3/16, but I throw it on a bait caster. Justin will take me to Hickory Log, or we'll go to Hickory Log. He'll wear my ass out from the back of the boat on a 1/8.
16th usually.
He'll throw a 16th out shaky head on a spinning rod and absolutely wear me out from the back of the boat.
That's
Beat
pretty.
me like a dog. And I'm sitting there looking at him.
Yeah.
Dude,
He's
he
catching
could
fish
catch
But
him
I
it's
on a
ain't-
boat.
different too because I feel like looking at them, I usually can't get them to eat the 16th. But Latham and Hickory Log, you got a lot of that grass, so trying to drag a worm, that 16th, that's what I found's better, and that's what I've learned too. Like I fish totally different from the back than I fish from the front. But I
Right.
take my knowledge from what I've seen on Live Scope and try to apply it when I'm in the back, not using it.
All right. Well, how about you though? How long do you give before you change a color? And then John, you're going to answer that question next.
Man, I don't know. I feel like I'm gonna force feed it to them, and these fish are gonna either eat it or they ain't. And I'm kind of like Tim. I only got a few colors, but that's where I
I'll
got
tell
pink.
you this. From the back of the boat, he'll change way quicker than I will from the front. And
Okay.
Yeah,
that's how it
probably
should
true.
be.
Yeah. Okay. So
That's
he's
how
making
it should be. He's back there. He's picking up. I mean,
But it's helped us too because he gets so dialed in. Like even earlier this year at Lanier, like he's throwing his green pumpkin at fish, and man, I've already caught 3 or 4 on my pink worm, and I'm like, dude, like it's okay if we throw the same thing because we try not to, but some days you got to. And he put a pink worm on, and it's like boom, 3.5 pounder, boom, 3.5 pounder.
But
And-
just was he being the grumpy old man up at the front of the boat? Like,
Oh, he's
"Ah,
always
I'm not going to change. They're going to.
I'm always the positive one. Every tournament we show up to, we're gonna get our ass kicked, and
Yep.
we ain't gonna catch nothing. The boat's gonna
Nope.
break down.
This lake sucks.
I know. I know it's funny. All right, John. How long do you give a color before you change it? And then Clint, I want you to answer that as well, because
It depends.
I like the different perspectives.
It depends on the day. If I pre-fished and everything was pre-funnel storms, then by God, I'll throw whatever the hell I was throwing. But if it's sunny out, I'll change up. I'll go something simpler.
Okay, so you'll change more based upon the sun. Like,
Don't
but
you
if
need to be asking John what color swim bait he's throwing?
John, what color swim bait you throwing?
What
Well-
color? How big is that swim bait, and what color are you throwing?
It's probably 11 inches, and it looks like a
11
big ass
inches.
gizzard shad.
Justin
Exactly.
could answer that question. Shit.
He was throwing a pink trick shad the other day.
Just for him, I bought a pink trick shad because I know how much he loves pink worms. I was like, you know what, Justin? Screw it. I'm gonna throw this pink thing. He goes, what pink thing? He turned around. I was like, this glide bait. And he just laughed.
All right,
Good time.
all right, Clint,
I
you.
like it.
How long do you give before you change a color?
So I want to touch back on, you said being in the back of the boat, you're cutting off and retying more. Like that is so true. Because I think about it, like when I'm fishing by myself on my boat, I'll have 12 rods on the deck, but I am never changing baits. Like
No,
I'm
he's not cutting them off, Clint. He's got 12 rods in the back of my boat too.
But then but when I'm in,
But
the
I
back of the
agree
boat
with
fishing
you. Up
Tuesday
front,
night,
you got your
I'm-
rods, and you're not cutting anything off.
But when I'm fishing a Tuesday nighter out of the back of the boat, I swear I'm changing baits every 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Why
agree.
do you reckon that is? What's the
Because-
mindset?
I
You're
guess
not-
it's just
the
like
boat's
you
not
you
moved.
feel
You're still-
helpless
you're
back
still in
there.
the
You're
back of
running
the
around
boat.
like I don't know what to do with my hands. So if this bait's not working for 10 minutes, let me try something else.
You're in
Whereas
the
I
back of the
feel like
boat. The
with-
boat's not
with
moved.
control,
You're
it's
having to
different.
throw something different.
Yeah,
Yeah.
all right,
Absolutely.
so now, because we were talking about worms, and Tim, you'd be a good one to answer this. I know you've heard me ask this question before. Why is it that when somebody's throwing a shaky head or a Texas rig or whatever, it's natural colors, but when we throw a drop shot, the majority of the guys out there are throwing pink or purple, and they're really literally 12 inches apart. Why do we do that?
Bottom presentation versus suspended presentation. The fish is looking
Well,
Yeah.
up or at it.
It's
versus
It's got to
straight
be a
down.
water clarity thing.
But don't you think they'd hit a damn green pumpkin 12 inches up if they're hitting a green pumpkin 12
Yeah,
inches?
so
down
they
the
will,
hole?
and I will say Tim does throw a green. If he throws a drop shot, he'll throw a green pumpkin. But I was actually thinking about this earlier. Like, even I throw a Nico a lot, and I don't feel like I get bit on a pink worm as much as I do on, say, a drop shot or anything like that, which is weird. Which I do, the Nico fat worms and stuff like that. I like that in the pinkish colors, but I don't know, just a regular Nico. I don't feel like, a morning dawn Nico. I don't get bit near as much as like a morning dawn on a drop shot.
Yeah.
My favorite worm to throw on a drop shot is a black swamp crawler.
Well, I know you like black. I mean, I know you throw a lot of black worms. We've had that conversation before and all that.
My
But
three favorite is a black worm, and the other two colors that there ain't but about 5 people that know them.
I ain't one of them.
And like I said, those two colors, I've had people in the boat with me, and if I'm fishing a tournament with you, I mean, I'm not going to not throw it.
Right.
You're going to know what it is. So there's a couple of people I've fished with, like Jesse Benson or whatever, and there's the person that told me one color. One of the colors that he told me, I guarantee you, I can't tell you how much money I've won on that color.
Ain't it crazy?
But it's just a confidence thing.
It's a confidence thing.
That's all it is.
I can't tell you how many of those worms that I've went through.
Right.
They make 22 a pack. I bet you I've went through 20 packs.
Oh, I can believe it. All right, now let's jump to this. Which one of you guys is throwing the urchins?
Not me.
Who's throwing a koiki?
That guy right there.
Justin's throwing the koiki.
And he's
Blind.
good at it.
No live scope. He will whoop your ass. No scope with a quick.
He's a back of the boat koiki throwing son of a gun.
Okay. All right. Well, first of all, Justin, how you hook it?
Just trebling, just skin hooking it with a treble and putting a weight in it.
Nothing fancy.
Nah.
Nothing fancy.
Is
No,
it,
he's fishing it like everyone else.
all right,
I will say I've done a few things though. I have, you know what a cotter pin is?
Yeah.
So the last couple I've rigged up, I found some small cotter pins and I was sticking it through it, bending them out and skin hooking the koiki and putting it through the pin, and there ain't no coming out. And here, I got one here. I've been weighting them a little. I put my weight not straight below my hook, like that. My hook straight up and down there. Got my hook or my weight there. And I got a drop or like a Nico weight. So all my weight's at the bottom, and it falls with my treble with my 2 points kind of facing up.
Right.
I feel like my hookup ratio has been pretty good with that.
All right. So if you're out of the boat, no forward facing, you're casting and blasting, whatever it is you're doing. Are you working that thing more like a jerk bait? You ain't gotta give us your specific because I know you fish for money, but are you being more aggressive or more subtle?
I mean, kind of in the middle, like definitely not looking at it. I'm definitely trying to just target cover and casting it out, letting it sink down 4 to 6 seconds and giving it a pop, 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 just kind of changing it up. I mean, really.
Do you ever let it get down to the bottom?
No, definitely not. Definitely not on live scope because I don't want to lose it.
Right, that's true like that. Do you have a brand that you like? I mean, that you really like throwing?
I've been throwing the prickly pear mainly.
Okay, all right.
And I've got some of the
$7 a piece, and they're easily to get.
Yeah, and I've got some of the Burtec tackle, the 25s, and then I just ordered a couple new ones today. They're the Dusa, which they're supposedly already like weighted. The plastic it's supposed to automatically fall like it's weighted with an 1/8 ounce.
Have you heard about that, Clint?
Not the Dusa, but the Alpha Angler one I've been throwing is weighted to be 1/8 of an ounce as well. So I just do a quad hook, and then I found these like cabinet bumpers that I've been using as a hook keeper. I ran across them in Walmart, and I was like, you know what? I could probably stick a hook through that, and they're clear. And I started using those, and I haven't slung one since I started using those.
Yeah. I've usually just been cutting like a little piece of plastic and threading on there, and since then I haven't lost any either.
But you definitely need a hook keeper if you're fit.
Yeah, for sure.
I slung one off.
Get you a hole punch, and every crankbait that you buy has a plastic cover. You just punch out as many holes as you can get, any circles you can get out of a plastic cover.
Yeah, you got to have something on there though, because
And-
I probably lost 4 or 5 the first couple times throwing them.
Yep.
I'm still throwing every one of them I've ever bought. I've never lost one. But with that being said, when you decide to change it, you have to cut that piece of plastic off. It will not come off.
So
You
you're
don't-
saying
Tim, you won't have to if you use the rod that the Quickies come with and you straighten it out and heat it up with a lighter. I smoke cigarettes, so I have a lighter, but if you punch it through with the lighter, it's actually big enough to slip back over your
He's talking
barb.
about you got to cut the plastic piece.
Yeah, you don't have to when I burn it though.
Oh, gotcha.
With the pin that comes with the Quickie, when you showed me the
Oh.
plastic piece, I was like, huh, I bet you this
You're
damn
burning
thing
the
will work.
plastic piece, not the
No,
you're
I'm
burning
the
plastic
rod
piece?
that it comes with.
Yeah.
I
Well,
heat it up
I'm
and
having
poke
to
it
burn
through.
a hole because that's the bad thing about a prickly pear. I'm using the lead weights that they come out with that have the weight at the bottom and they run
The
through the
jewel
hole
The
weights
Jewel
that have
Bait
the-
Company.
and
Yeah,
you
they're
hook through
sweet.
the bait in the hole.
Okay, I got
I'm
you.
using those, and the only way you're getting those through a prickly pear is to take matter of fact, what I've been using is a small Allen wrench. I'll take a small Allen wrench, heat it up, and run it through that hole that's the rod, that the rod was in.
Yep.
And then I'll cram my bait through, and then skin hook it, and then I'll take a piece of plastic and cram it over that barb that comes
Yeah.
through the bait.
I got
That
some
plastic
16
piece.
gauge wire that I've been using to thread stuff through, so
Yeah.
I'll
Nice.
slide that
I
through.
just have a little small Allen wrench that come free with something that I had to put together or something.
It's crazy
But
how fast
I
those
would
rednecks
say
will
I
tinker
would
with
say a
this
few
stuff.
weeks ago that was the number one bait I had the most confidence blind casting for sure. But it's definitely slowed off a little bit. Even though last weekend I did weigh in 2 of our 3 on it, but it's
Worked
not as
good at Bear
crazy as
Creek.
it was. Huh?
Worked good at Bear Creek.
Well, I'll be there this weekend.
there you go. Somebody asked somewhere about, oh yeah, what colors do you recommend? They're gonna try some merchants for the first time this weekend, and I guess it depends on the body of water that
Or you
you're on.
fishing?
Yeah, but like let's just say let's pull I'm gonna give you 2 examples. Let's say one you're at Varner and you want to throw it. What color would be good on a lake like Varner?
Green pumpkin. I caught my first Quickie fish there.
Just the standard green pumpkin. Can't go wrong with green pumpkin there.
Yeah, I said, Justin, give me a Quickie. I ain't got none. Tied it on, 2 casts later, caught a fish.
Well, there you go.
Yeah,
You
I
agree?
would say green pumpkin for any watercolor, and then I would say your Scuppernoggish colors like dirtier water, and I've caught a few in the clear water on the pinks and stuff like that. But
What about the silvers and the shad colors? You throw any?
I
of
haven't
those
really
on?
thrown. I haven't really thrown much of those.
I've thrown a few and I have not had any luck.
Because of Justin, my son wanted one, and they don't work.
Oh, okay, I got that. Well, all right,
Green pumpkin.
Clint, what are your colors that you like to throw the most of?
I've been throwing green pumpkin blue and Scuppernong, and then all clear water. I don't fish dirty water. And then what was that Meba color? It's like a pink. It's but it's not Scuppernong, but it's
Oh,
it's the
yeah.
pink one.
And it's-
I know what you're talking about.
It's like a salmon looking color.
I got you.
If you had to pick, if you guys were going like for the rest of your life, you could only fish one bait for every electric reservoir that you normally fish. You only get one bait and one color. What would it be? One bait, one color. This is the only thing you can fish with for the next 10 years in your tournaments.
Do
Now,
I have live scope?
yes.
I can't tell you the color.
Okay, but give me a
some shade of green pumpkin. Shake your head.
The second I answered that, I said Tim's gonna say he ain't gonna tell me the color. Give me like a 2 or 3 down color.
Black. Shake
Hell, I knew that was gonna happen. Black. Like, I knew that was coming. All right, black shaky head. All right, Justin.
I don't know, man. That's a hard one for me. But
You still
if I
throwing?
just had one, I guess I'd say a
I'd say
morning dawn drop shot.
that's exactly what I was about to say. Morning dawn drop shot for him.
All right, Clint. What about you? You're
Bluegill
fishing-
10XD.
Bluegill 10XD.
That's my boy.
Listen, I tell you what. Now the man right
That's
up
a
there.
no live scope crankbait there.
Yeah, and I was
Mhm.
telling John about this. I got on the boat with Justin. I don't know if you remember this. We were on the back side of Latham. He pulled out an 8XD or something. What you remember that
It
very
probably was a 10.
It might have been 10, but it was
It
that.
was a 10 in the chair pocket.
Yes, and he goes, watch this, and he zooms that thing all up, and he's just digging, cranking through that. All of a sudden, he goes, wham, wham, and I was like, I hadn't seen nobody do that on Latham. So the next week, I went out there by myself, and I tried it, and I caught some fish, but there's a stump down there or something, right?
I'm about to say, I'm sure you got hung up and did
Oh,
not.
heck,
Small brush
You don't
pile
seem like a
on
guy
the
that
boat.
would have a lure retriever.
no, I didn't at the time, and I broke
Well,
that.
it's funny. He got on my boat and he goes, I only brought 2 worms and 1 hook.
I
He
did.
breaks his damn hook off on purpose. I swear to God, it was on purpose.
He goes, we'll go get it. I'm like, no, I ain't screwing up y'all's spot. I just broke it off. Well, that's the problem when you used to own a fishing store. I'll break off. I know I can get some more. Now, hell, I ain't got them options anymore. It's a bad habit. But I remember, because if you guys go back on and you got to go way, way back, but it's still on there. Justin did a crankbait video.
It was like the first video y'all ever did.
We did, and it was on Latham,
It
and
was
we got
the
him over
first
there.
guide, wasn't it? No,
It was something
wasn't
like
the
that.
guide. It was an actual on the
Like-
boat video.
Like a how-to series or
Yeah.
something like that. But what was funny is nobody knows this. Now we ended up catching a couple, right? But it wasn't. It was like they came up schooling or something. It wasn't like the way. I don't think we made it
wasn't
look like.
we had it planned.
No, it wasn't right.
I even pre-fished for that, and they were loaded. And then we went
Loaded.
out there, and it was crap.
And but that is the power of editing, right there, and all that. But yeah, so I mean, I remember. But I did tell John when I got on the boat with John the other day, and him and Tony got up around that island. I said, guys. Justin was on the boat. I was on the boat with Justin a long time ago, and he took me right up there to that thing, and he threw a big ass crankbait right to the very back shallow and just drug it and just wore their ass out. I
How's
still
the
remember.
They're still there right now, but they're out a little farther, and they're sitting on top of the thermocline.
Danny
Last
Justin caught
week.
them fish, I promise.
I remember a guy that was going to do an A-rig video on Latham too one day and got stood up.
Yeah,
Oh.
yeah, he did. We're gonna blame that on Josh, though. We're blaming that on Josh. But listen,
Bad
now,
enough, I replanned my vacation around pre-fishing for it
he
and
did.
then do it.
He did. He was mad.
So I went anyway and probably caught 10 in 2 hours on an A-rig at Latham.
Yeah, he did. He
It would
did.
have made a great video.
Hey, listen, we'll have to blame. It wasn't me. I don't know. I don't even. I remember we were supposed to go there.
Danny, it's definitely you. I've taken you out twice, and you've gotten off the boat, and I turn around and whack them.
That's true, Clint. Like the last 2 times I've been with John, like he don't catch crap. And then I get off the boat, and 30 minutes later, he's sending me pictures of fish. So it must be me.
Nice.
I'm the bad one.
Justin was there for that, Danny. He showed up at the ramp just as I had spanked him, and I was like, oh shit, I got to go tell him.
That's exactly right. Wonk said he's caught some on the smoked gray and red flakes. Have y'all tried? NC Bass Puller wants to know. Have you tried the Max scent koikis?
I posted a video catching a 4-pounder on one today.
I was gonna say, didn't you have it? What? Yeah. I mean, what do you think about them?
They don't hold up. Like I caught 2 fish on it, and it's long, and I was rigging it on the frog hook to where there's like no way for that thing, and it just ripped it right in half after 2 or 3 fish. So
You think it's because of the material that they have to have in
yeah,
there
it's
for the
just,
Max
I mean,
scent?
it's a Max scent material.
It's not made of elastic. Yeah.
So I mean, you're gonna have that, but you're also paying whatever they are, $10 to $15 a piece for them. So it's like,
Yeah.
That
you want them
sucks.
to last, but it does skip really good with the frog hook. Like I was putting it in some really crazy places, and getting bit. So that was kind of cool. But
Are you?
I don't think the scent on that style of bait really makes that much of a difference, as much as you're popping it away from just like putting a scent on a jerk bait. I think it's very similar to that. Whereas a worm presentation, I think it matters a little bit more, but I don't think in that scenario. Maybe with smallmouth, spotted bass, possibly, but I don't know.
All right. Well, let me ask you guys this, since he kind of got brought up right there. Scent on any of your baits. You guys use anything,
I used to.
but you don't know more. Why?
It's
If it's really bad, he'll spray it on there.
if it's really bad, I will try it. But I'm not gonna lie to you, I don't have any confidence in what I'm spraying now. The
Right.
company that I used to use, I have all the confidence in the world in it, and they went out of business.
Well,
The
which
guy,
one? Was
the
it?
guy died.
Okay. All right. What about?
JJ's Magic.
Yeah.
Yeah, the JJ's Magic spray. I think it was in a blue bottle, garlic.
Mm-hmm.
That was some bad stuff.
That was the stuff.
The only thing close that I've found is, I think it's Bang, maybe,
Yeah.
and I have zero confidence in it. Does it work? Yeah, sometimes, but I've gotten out of where I don't really spray anything.
I got you. What about you, John?
It depends. I mean, I have it on the boat, but I rarely
Have
spray
it on the
stuff
boat,
anymore.
exactly.
Because you never know, like that subtle difference is the, but this is my argument with people. Do you want to catch fish or do you want to win? That subtle difference is what will make the fish bite more sometimes. Sometimes it'll make them bite less. It just depends, and you won't know until you do it. So that's why you got to go out there and attempt.
Okay, fair enough.
What pre-fishing's for?
Well, there you-
Amen. This
there you
should have
go.
been titled pre-fishing.
Nicholas Reader 20 said, I had to create a channel to join the conversation. Just figured that out.
Oh, that's my boy Nick.
Well, he's got my YouTube channel now.
Dude,
Sorry,
one of the
doing that.
nicest guys ever, best camper technician on the planet. If you guys need help, go see Nick.
There you go. Fair enough. Now, Carson wants to know, would y'all rather throw an A-rig or an urchin?
That's Justin Jr.
That's my son.
All right, well, there you
Nice.
go. Carson, what's the answer?
Now, that's a hard question. The A-rig used to be money, like the urchin. I would say that the A-rig now is what the urchin's going to become, and that's kind of more situational. The A-rig right now for me really works in really cold water. I would say definitely below, 52, 53 degrees and lower. Probably I would say below
Lower.
50. I would say below 50 because above I'm throwing a spinnerbait or something. So yeah, below 50 is really when an A-rig is like money. I don't know what it's like. I don't know what the urchin's like that time of year yet.
When it's that cold, I know how Tim throws his A-rig, and I assume he hasn't changed. You still tight lining it down and keeping it low? Pretty much. That's how when we were throwing, but it was summertime too.
I mean, old school wise, the second it touched the bottom, I reeled it real fast to get it off the bottom, and then I just tried to hover it. I just slow crank.
Yeah.
Slow crank.
So
But-
is that good for cold or
Well, yeah, that's good for cold, but now we got live scope.
Yeah.
I mean, the tournament that I caught them on this year, I practiced and I
You
found
just bring
the
it over
fish.
their head.
I did a lot of map study and I found where I thought they should be and I found them and I couldn't catch them at first, but I was throwing a worm, I was throwing a chatterbait, I was throwing a lipless. And I'm like, let me try this. And I threw an A-rig way past them and brought it and they were smoking it. So, and those fish were in 8 to 12 foot of water. And that was in February.
10 minutes into that tournament, we doubled up, and he looked at me and he goes, "Don't you dare put that down unless it's to grab the net."
There you go. I like it. Clint, are you tired?
Yes.
Dude, go to bed. I got this handled. I'm over here looking like, man, he looks like he has just been whipped.
Yeah, I've been going since 4:30. It's been
Go-
Yeah,
late.
dude, go take a nap.
Go to bed. I got it handled, man. Go to
Don't you
bed.
have a girlfriend now?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Congratulations. Go hang out with her, dude, and take a snooze.
Yeah, go to bed. I'll talk to you later, dude. Get
All right,
out of here.
Y'all have a good night. Thank y'all.
See ya.
See
See ya.
ya.
Bless his heart. I was looking over at him. I'm like, damn, boy, Clint don't look good. He's either sick or he's tired. So there you go. How about this? So DTO says, I've never used any spray. Am I missing out? And again, I think it's kind of like what you guys said. If you got some confidence in it, go with it. I don't know. I mean, I'm not.
Spend the
I don't know.
$8 and find out.
I have been in the boat with a guy that he's what made me believe in it because he would spray, he would catch fish. I wouldn't catch fish. I'd spray, I'd catch fish. So that's why I got into it. And then when I got in the front of the boat and I started running my front, and if they would not bite what I was throwing, I would spray, and next thing you know, I was getting bit. But like I said, when you run out of what you got and you can't buy any more, And the last time I looked, I think there was a bottle of it for $50 on eBay. I mean,
Yeah.
I could spend $60,000 for a John boat, but am I going to get my money back out of $60,000 making 125 a tournament? No.
Yeah.
Then I started
Yeah.
fishing with them and showed them you ain't got to see them or spray shit on them for them to bite it.
Are you still throwing a frog a lot? I know you used to love throwing a frog. You still throwing
Man, I
them
throw
bugs?
everything still. I wouldn't say it's as much as I used to because now it is just sampling it. I mean, if I go throw it in 3 or 4 different spots that they should be and they're not eating it, I'm not going to keep going around looking
He
for
keeps
more
it
different
honest.
bites when I can capitalize other ways.
We're
But I still
not near
do it
in the
for sure.
dirt. We're not near in the dirt as much as we used to be.
I got
Not
you.
near, but I've still caught a lot of dirt shallow fish this year for
There you
sure.
go. I like it. My buddy from California, Robert, wants to know, what are your preferences for bladed jigs and the trailers? What bladed jig are you throwing, and what kind of trailer do you put on it? Or do you even throw? You guys not throw them at all?
Yeah, I'll go first. I mean, I've been throwing the Evo, the Evo,
Okay.
and I pretty much throw a freeloader on it.
Okay.
That's pretty much my number one trailer.
What about you, Tim?
I gotta grab
Chatterbait.
something real fast.
Yeah, just the
He's out of beer.
$15 chatterbait, the higher dollar chatterbait. I used to say I wouldn't buy it because
The jackhammer?
yes, the step
Yeah.
below that for like $8 and something. That's what I really got to where I was catching them on. But then one day I bought one of the $15 jackhammers,
Yeah.
and it was sort of a game changer.
I told you.
Trailer wise, I'm not hooked on a certain trailer. I just whatever I can dig out of my basement that matches the skirt.
Yeah.
Heck, there was a year that whatever chatterbait I was throwing, I would take the tail of whatever trailer and dip it in orange dip, and was catching fish.
It was ugly.
I'm gonna throw this ugly thing, and was catching fish. So
Yeah, there was 2 or 3 tournaments where he caught a big one on it.
yeah.
Again,
It's just a regular old, just a chatterbait with a trailer, and the tail was dipped in orange.
but you had confidence in it all of a sudden.
No, I didn't really have confidence. They started eating it, and then I got confident.
Got confidence in it. What about you, John?
I don't throw that stuff.
I didn't think you did. I was like, I asked the damn question. John ain't gonna play. He's not
John,
gonna play.
if they made an 11-inch chatterbait, he would throw it.
You know.
Oh,
he
hell
would.
yeah. Hell yeah.
Listen, and again, you ain't throwing no 11-inch bait. You lob that son of a gun. I see. How many times did Tony throw that thing the other day and was like, nope, I ain't doing this all day.
Dude, he picked it up and was like, are you sure? I was like,
Yeah.
dude, lob it. Here,
Yeah.
I'll show you guys the bait. Just, it's my torso.
That's ridiculous. I mean, that is a stalker. Guys go up to the daggone river and catch stuff like that, and take it home and eat.
But people pay for, this is totally off topic. People pay for a $1,200 Hinkle trout. You can ask Justin. I got this thing to swim like a Hinkle trout. I can swim it slow, fast, upside down. I don't give a shit. They want it.
I believe you. Listen, I have no reason not to believe you. Yeah, do that, buddy. DTO, go check it out. Let's see. Crustacean says, I love the Z-Man chatter spike for trailers. It's a good one. Wonder why garlic attracts fish. Wants to know. We've never figured that out, but we've had guys tell us, because we were going to try it, that if you bite into a shad,
That's a lie.
Ain't doing it.
I told there was a guy in the comment section that he kept saying, well, bring me some up to the shop. I'll bite into it. But something about it tastes like blood or something. I don't know. I don't know how in the hell or why a guy would put coffee scent on it, but they do. Or that I knives or knees. They just like,
The fish are Italian, dude. We got them all from Italy. That's what it is. They like coffee and garlic.
F1 strain of largemouth came from Italy. Absolutely.
There you go. I believe it right there. You heard it here first. Lipsticker fishing. Anybody like the woolly boogers? I hear the lips love them. Is that what you were catching them on, huh?
No, so today he kept calling every single fish we caught on his jigs, his swim jigs that he pours and makes himself. Y'all go
Yep.
check them out. I'm convinced that these jigs are awesome. I straightened 2 other brand jig hooks out today, and I didn't mess any single one of his up. But yes, that is a joke.
Okay, that is a joke. But you can go find his jigs on lipstickerfishing.com, right?
Absolutely, and they work like a wet dream, just like his flukes.
Okay, now I say that again.
Like a wet dream,
Just like his flukes.
just like his flukes. They work,
Hey,
man.
but listen, I was going to the next comment, and all of a sudden in my ear, I said, "Did I hear what the hell I just think I heard right there?" So I guess I did. Listen, we woke Jeff Brazil up. He's our buddy on Pickwick. Tell him, John, big glides forever. Jeff,
Amen, brother.
listen, Jeff has been waiting this entire daggum episode for somebody to say something about a glide bait so he could chime in. Yeah, and so we have made Jeff happy. I'm glad he got the ability to participate tonight.
Jeff, hit me up. We need to go fishing, dude. I promised you, and you never hit me up. So this is on you.
Well, hell, he's 3 states away, John.
I don't care.
He ain't right down the road. You ain't calling him for me to show over at Latham tomorrow.
We can plan this.
Okay, you need to plan it. And Nicholas goes, words that have never been spoken at the Pruitt house. Look at the size of that thing. So that was, I mean, what was that? How big was that?
14?
I mean, the only time I get to hear that stuff's on the show. I promise you that. That was a 14-inch.
Yeah, the rainbow trout was a 14. That's an 11.
Oh, listen. Ken is still awake too. We got all the old farts up today. John has cost me a lot of money with my new bullshit addiction. Go big or go home.
Dude, Ken has done so much good for me. Not just because he's buying baits, but he literally, and very few people have ever just reached out and said great things to me. Justin and Tim, obviously. You, Danny, obviously. But Ken's been hitting me up for a month, dude, and he has been the kindest soul. Hey, I picked this up because you said. Dude, that makes me feel awesome. Then he messaged them, screenshotted it, and sent it to me, and I was like, dude, you are the man. He said, give all my credit and money spent to Big Bait Sean.
Well, listen, Ken's a good dude. He's one of my
I love
buddies.
him to death.
He got a resting bitch face, but he is really, really a sweet guy, like for sure, like that. But
Well,
you know
I've been
what?
accused of that.
Well, listen, I got a handful of friends that are like that. Tim, you're on that list, all right? So I mean, but yeah, I got it. But you know what else you did? You gave him an excuse to go buy another rod and reel too.
He bought about 30 of them, rods and reels, dude. He's balled out. I love it.
Let me ask you guys this, because I know you guys got a bunch of stuff. Tim, how often do you buy a new rod or reel? Out of curiosity.
Not as often as Justin, but I've got my share.
When was the last time what was your last rod and reel purchase?
My last two rods were Fenwick rods because of Justin. And the reason why I bought them are, I don't know if anybody uses Upside to buy gas.
I was supposed to be. Tim got me on it, and I still ain't used
I've
it
made
yet.
like $900 on Upside buying gas, and I bought my $200 Bubba scale. I bought 2 Fenwick rods. I bought numerous crap that I would normally not spend my hard-earned money on, because using free money that I'm getting off of an app just for buying gas that my company pays for about 50% of it, because I drive a work truck at work, and it's free money.
Do you guys use Upside?
I'm gonna now, thanks to Tim.
No.
I will send you a link, John.
Here it comes. I knew it was
Deal.
coming.
706-669-6699. That's your chance, folks.
Yeah, I'll hit you up on it. But I'm serious. If people out there if y'all are not using Upside, dude, that's just. I mean, I'm
got
serious.
to.
I mean, it's been like it's going on 3 years, and I've made $900 to do nothing but buy gas.
And he told me, he signed me up. He gave the link, and then I used it. Yeah, next thing I get gas, I will use it. I promise.
Well, there may not be a whole lot in Marble Hill, but
takes it. Well, there ain't really.
But you know, I mean, I work in Alpharetta, and live between Cumming and Canton, so I've got stuff all around me. But man, like I said, when they're literally giving you money, when they're literally giving you 12 to 15 cents a gallon back just for buying gas with a credit card,
There
it's
you
dumb
go.
not to.
Look right there. Nicholas Reader 22 says $750 through Upside with company fuel.
Dude, he drives a Nazi Mercedes. It's so old. It's from Nazi Germany. It's a diesel. That thing's like 80 years old, and it's got 500,000 miles on it easily.
Well, there you go. They don't build them like they used to.
He's spending $5 a gallon, dude. That's
Yeah.
ridiculous.
At least 3 of y'all know how skeptical I am about stuff like that, and I don't usually stick my neck out on stuff, but I was really skeptical about how this is going to work, and it works. I mean, there's no gimmick to it. They literally, they'll pay you in numerous different ways. I have them put it into my PayPal account. So then I
Okay.
turn right around, and when I purchase something that I want to purchase, like those 2 Fenwick rods, I make sure that when I'm purchasing it, whatever site I'm purchasing takes PayPal.
So I need
So
a PayPal.
I'm using free money to get stuff I want that I don't want to spend mine and my wife's money on, and she don't see my credit card bill and say, why'd you spend $300 on these 2 rods when I'm like, I spent $300 of free money on those 2 rods.
You know what? It's one of my favorite things though. Back at the shop is when guys would come in and they're going to pay cash. They did not want their significant other to know that they were buying more fish and stuff. And I mean,
You
over
can
and
just
over.
say
and
it
over.
was me, Danny.
Well, you were one of them, but I wasn't trying to throw you under the bus or that. But there's quite a few guys do that, and it's like your wives, they know. But he's got a good point. We're going to look into that. Doc Holliday, Justin, are you fishing a tournament on Bear Creek this weekend, Saturday or Sunday?
I believe it's Saturday. With,
Who is that? Who's that with?
High Voltage, I believe.
How many clubs are you in?
All of them.
All of them.
Me and Tim are fishing a full one. Me and John fished a full one, and then I've joined 2 to fish with my boy that we fished
Plus
a few
a solo.
tournaments
And the solo.
and a solo.
That's at least 5.
So 5.
No wonder he's asking catch fish. He's on the water all the daggone time. That's pretty cool, though. I mean, listen, if you like to do something, do it, because eventually you're going to be as old as me and Tim.
For sure.
But, hey,
Yeah.
ask, what's the last time you've been on Bear Creek?
I don't know. When you and me were there, I
Exactly.
guess.
He hasn't been there in a while. He's going to go down there Saturday, and I would put my money on him.
Everybody else is fishing for 2nd, 3rd, and 4th.
I promise you, if there's fish that's going to bite, I'd put my money on make it. I bet he makes money. He may not win it, but I bet you he's 2nd or 3rd.
You know, I remember this. You know, Tim said this a long time ago. It's always stuck, and I always kind of mess it up a little bit. But it is one of the smartest things I have ever heard anybody say when it comes to tournament fishing, because
My
a lot of
goal in
guys,
life is to fish for free.
Yeah.
if you can fish the entire year and make enough money to cover your expenses where you fish for free, that's a successful year.
Well,
Let me or go ahead.
That guy right there finished 13th place. Them 2 finished 13th place, first tournament of the year. They've got 2 firsts, 2 seconds, a 3rd, and like 2 fourths from since then.
Yeah. Oh, I know. I'm watching it. I'm watching
And
it from
they
distance.
just won they actually won the points. Finished 13th first tournament.
So you
Yeah,
never
so
out
here,
of it.
let me list it out. I'm not trying to brag, but just because this is the better paying, league that we're fishing, me and John. So I just, like Tim said, I did write it down what we ended up. I hadn't even added it up until I knew I was going to be on the show. I was just curious. But yeah, like he said, the first tournament at Lanier, we got 13th. Then we got a third, first, 2nd, 4th, and 4th. But we made $3,350 total this year. That's $1,675 splitting it. For AOY, we won $1,750. That's $875 splitting it. So I mean, after I think it was 8 or 9 tournaments, we won $2,550 a piece.
And we still got 2 more to go.
Oh, we got 1 more to go. It's a classic, a 2-day classic. That's for $5,000.
Are we not fishing the open?
Oh, if they have an open, that's not on my schedule.
Okay.
I'll tell you.
Hey, Danny, that's not even to count the fact that me and him fish
That's
Dahlonega
unreal.
John boaters,
Yeah.
and we finished like 2 firsts, 2 seconds, maybe a third. And the one tournament I didn't fish with him, I finished 10th.
I'll be honest with you. The reason we only didn't finish top 3 in this last one is because I missed the only fish that I touched that day by a mile.
Well, hey, I get it, but it still rings true though, Tim. Like what you were saying though, it's weird how somebody says something and it just imprints on your brain.
Yeah.
Maybe at the time you're not thinking too much about it, but then later on down the road you start thinking. And I think about that all the time. Just end up fishing for free after the year's over. After your money you've won and your expenses. At least, I mean, you're not fishing and doing this for a living. That might be different if you
No,
were.
you're not going to make a living doing it. I promise you.
No.
But if you can enjoy what you're doing fishing, whether it's tournaments or whatever, and at the end of the year, you're not out any money and you had all the time on the water.
Well, heck,
a good
only
year.
time he didn't finish in the money on the solo tournament that me and him fish against each other, it's because I got lucky and beat him.
Got lucky and beat him. Listen, what was the tournament at Lanier, the one you finished 10th on?
Yes, the one that you left.
Yeah, all my fish died.
I fished that ramp 3 times. I pre-fished it twice. I wasn't on anything. I never could find anything. The only thing I found was 5 miles down the lake, and we're fishing a tournament on a Saturday. That there is a tournament out of Little Hall and War Hill.
Mm-hmm.
Where did I find fish? Between War Hill and Little Hall.
Oh, you had to go down there, yeah.
I'm 7.5 miles an hour from, where did we leave out of? Toto?
It was Toto Creek.
I left out of Doo-Doo Creek, wide ass open, going down the lake. And by the time I got down there, everything I got down there too was done fished out.
Yeah, Carson asked, damn, all of them died. Yeah, Carson's, listen, now Tim went to the right and he went down. I went to the bridge and I sat right there at the bridge and just waxed on them. Remember, because I had a hell of a sack for me.
Carson,
and that
if he would have stayed, I would have finished 11th.
Well, I mean, no, listen, and at 1 o'clock, I was trying to cull, I put them in there and they were all fine. At 1:30, I caught another one and I opened it up and they're all upside down. And I went back. I mean, I literally wanted to cry because I really believe you got to take care of your fish and all that. It's embarrassing.
Well, that was in the only club in America that does not have a dead fish rule.
Well, I mean,
You could literally kill every fish in your live well
And still win big fish
and
and
if
the
it's big
tournament.
enough, you can win big fish and the tournament.
That smells like a fish fry.
Dude, listen, and I was like, I'm going home. I'm never fishing another tournament again. I'm gonna sell all my rods. I'm gonna quit doing the podcast. I'm not doing anything fishing related. I was that mad. And I texted Thomas, and then Thomas didn't get it till late. And people were like, I guess people thought I was still out on the lake. Where are you at? I'm like, hell, I'm at home. I'm here sulking. But could never figure out why. The aerator worked. I don't know. Me and Tim talked about it a lot. Couldn't figure it out. Went out the next time and they were fine.
One of your new fish care products?
Well, I mean, we even considered that, did we not?
Yeah.
Yes.
I keep
thought
about
bubblers with me, man.
Justin, I used the exact same product that day, and I lost a fish, but I've used that same product every tournament since that day,
Yeah.
and I've kept fish alive that I thought were going to die.
Yeah. Tim said that. He said, I'm going to try it one more tournament. And if I have a fish, because he never has fish that
Actually,
died.
it wasn't a tournament. It was the next time I went down to Bear Creek pre-fishing.
Yeah.
I throwed a 14-inch fish in the live well, drug his ass around for like 8 hours in that stuff, and throwed him back. He was fine.
Yeah. He said that he said, if I have fish that die using it again, we know what it is. And then he hasn't had a fish die since then. I don't know what caused it. Aerator worked. I don't know, but it was like super freaking embarrassing to me. And,
You gotta kiss them.
dude, I kiss them, sleep with them, whatever the hell. I'm just happy to catch them. And that was the best tournament I'd had all year. And I was waxing their ass with a dadgum disco green fluke under that bridge, just sitting there. And if you're facing the bridge looking north, the two pillars, whatever you want to call it, to the right, To the left, you couldn't get bit. And I could sit there and I'd go to the rocks one time, get bit, go throw them between them, get bit. And it would just reload and reload. I'm sitting there thinking like, hell yeah, Danny, you're having a hell of a day. Until about 1:30, and every damn fish I had in there was just dead. I'm like, just you need to shoot yourself. It's just, it was awful. It was awful.
Justin will vouch for it. I'm one of those types of people, man. I'm a fish care-aholic.
Uh-huh.
If I ran a club, if a fish touched the ground at weigh-in and it's your fault, that fish ain't getting weighed. I'm telling you, there's point blank. You drop a fish trying to put it in my basket, it ain't getting weighed. Because, I'm just that stickler of it. It drives me up. You let the water pour out of your tank when you dump all your bag in the damn water. You're not smart enough to reach over and flip a dang switch to stop the water from coming out or stick your bag under it. I'm not weighing your fish.
Yeah.
That was me Saturday. Tim, don't yell at me.
Because I promise you, I'd piss a lot of people off.
No.
I am a fish. I bring too many. I bring a bunch of ice bottles.
Mm-hmm.
I run products. I run my aerator wide open. I mean, I am. If I lose a fish, dude, it seriously bothers me.
Well, so I'm the same way, and then especially too because I got the show and we talk about it, right? We talk about it all the time. Fish care, fish care, fish care. And then when it happens, and when somebody does something stupid, we fuss about them a little bit. And then when it happens to you, all of a sudden you feel like just the biggest hypocrite in the entire, you know what I'm saying? And you feel shame, like I felt shame. And I was like, I'm going home. But you could ask my wife if she was up. I walked in the house that day. She could tell I was pissed. She goes, what's wrong? And I looked at her. I ain't never fishing again. I didn't say tournaments. I said, I'm never fishing again. What's up, Dane Hunter? Oh, yeah. Now listen, hold on a sec. I get to Dane here and say it. It was the bubble gum in the hole to keep the live well from leaking out. That wasn't on this boat. That was on the other boat. Guys, if you're ever in a pinch and you lose the plug in your live well, you can do one of two things. You can take a whole shit ton of Hubba Bubba, chew that stuff up and stuff it in there. It's going to hold water all day long. Or you can take Hide Up, their little swim baits and all that. If you get the bigger size, not the 3/8 or whatever, but the next and the 4/3, and you take a pair of scissors and you cut from the tail and you stick tail in first, it'll plug your live well up all day. You ain't going to lose it at all. Just to let you know that rednecks can figure a way out. Dane says, unfortunately, it happens. Luckily, we do the best we can. I pulled some water. In my live well that was contaminated with fuel in a marina. Lost a good bag. That sucks too. Or you could just go to a weigh-in and pour your damn fish in the wrong bag and let them go dump them in the damn water. You could do that. I don't know who did that right there.
I know exactly who did that.
Yeah, that was. And to this day, my live well my bag has Danny Pruitt right on the side.
Sure does.
So probably the same piece of gum he put in it 2 years ago. Yeah, no, this was a different boat. But I would listen. You'd be amazed at how durable Hubba Bubba is. It's like that. What's that Flex Seal? The guy sticks holes in the boats and he just puts that shit. You can do the same damn thing with Hubba Bubba. Just chew you up, boom, stick it in there. All right, so we're getting late on in there. So a couple more questions for you guys. So, and kind of a serious question, Tim, and you being the elder statesman, I'll start with you. So, in my view, I saw like a quick rise in the popularity of electric-only tournaments. And then I don't know that it's gone down, but it seems to me, and I could be wrong, that it's kind of plateaued a little bit. Used to be, to me too, it seemed like there were a lot more clubs. Maybe some of them have combined, whatever, or they've just gone away completely. What do you think the future is for electric-only fishing tournaments here in the state of Georgia or wherever?
Honestly, I think I think the younger anglers haven't ventured into electric only. I think the crop is, people are moving out.
Right.
There's not that many moving back in.
Good point.
You got high school bass fishing now. You didn't have that. You didn't have that 15 years ago.
That's right.
You got daddies buying their kids $80,000 bass boats.
Yeah.
You didn't have that 15 years ago.
No, I didn't. Yeah.
It almost didn't cost that much to buy a bass boat.
True.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's like I said, when I sold my bass boat for $9,000 12 years ago, I recently saw basically my exact same bass boat for sale. Only difference was I had a 200 Johnson. This had a 225 Johnson. Saw it just like 6 months ago for about 4,000 more than I sold it for 12 years ago.
Really?
Damn.
It had a
That's
tandem axle trailer and a 225 Johnson. I had a single axle and a 200 Johnson. Only difference. Same exact boat. Same year model.
I can believe
Almost
it.
identical color.
I can believe it. But you okay, yeah, I can believe that 100%. But you think it's attrition. We're
Well,
we're losing.
You had a really good club that just fell apart because a pretty good club
Management.
president left it,
Yeah, yep.
and nobody wanted to fish. Nobody wanted to fish it after they left.
Yeah.
You had a really, really, really good club, popular club that had been there for years and years. Man's wife got sick. He gave it up. Another guy took it over. 2 years later, it's gone.
Yeah. So maybe a leadership problem.
Could be. Could be a rules problem. Could be a leadership problem. Could be, I don't know. Like I said, there's one club in existence right now. I don't even see how in the world it's still even there.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
have no idea.
Well, no, I agree with you with that. But how do we fix it, Justin? And then real quick, let me give a shout out to SWC Florida, Okeechobee, Florida. Drop it in. What's going on, buddy? Appreciate you joining us today. You ain't my buddy from my cast, are you? Just curious, out of curiosity. Justin, how do we fix it? How do we get more people involved if we want to? I mean, let's assume we want to. Let's assume we
Well,
want to grow it. How do you get them involved?
one more one more stretch of what I just said. The club that Justin and John's fishing in, great leadership group. It's not run by one person. It's run by what, Justin, 3, 4,
Yeah, I'd
5
say there's
guys.
3 or 4 guys that really they all kind of get together and
They
yeah.
put forth an effort. They're getting sponsors. They're taking pictures in front of sponsored banners. There's money being put into it.
Mm-hmm.
That club, let me just say this: if that club's dues and entry into the tournament wasn't as high as it is,
Mm-hmm.
they're liable to have 50 boats.
Yeah, I got what you're saying. Yeah.
I mean, I'm not saying that the difference. A lot of these people that's out here fishing, they know they're not going to win.
Mm-hmm.
They're there to have fun and they want to be competitive.
Not with him there.
Yeah. I mean, like Danny raising his head. You want to go have fun. You want the camaraderie. You want to be a part of something.
Yeah.
You want to take part in the weigh-in. You want to take part in the pictures. You want to do all that stuff. Well, when when your entry fee is $150 or whatever, a lot of those guys are not going to pay that.
Yeah.
They're not going to drive 2 hours to a lake, burn all that gas, spend $200 or $150 entry fee.
Yeah.
Not to mention what it takes to get in the club and get your brains kicked in by 15 or 20 of the top anglers in the state of Georgia.
Yeah.
A lot of people are not going to do it.
Yeah.
But
I agree.
like I said, some other clubs out there, one that maybe we were in, entry fees, what, $50-$60 a tournament?
Mm-hmm.
They have no problem getting 20 boats.
Right. Right.
They'd have more than 20 if that other club wasn't involved. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and that's what I was going to go off of too. I mean, there's lots of different avenues and options. You got your clubs that are $60, $100 membership fee, and then $50-$60 for each tournament. But that's what I tell John and Tim all the time, dude. I put in my time. I show up wanting to win. When I win, I want to take home some money. I'd rather win $1,000 than $200.
No, I agree with that. Yeah.
I don't mind paying it. But yeah, there is some for everybody. I mean, you got your clubs that are more just let's show up, have fun. We're spending $60. We're going fishing for a day with a chance to win $400 or $500. You got that, and then you got the electric fishing series where you have more of the guys that are in it, not for the money still, but for the competition standpoint.
Yeah.
You know, they want to beat the best of the best, and
And I can
that's where
promise you, the best of the best are there.
Yeah.
that's
It's,
and that's
it's
kind of
cool
what they're
seeing
kind of
in big
focusing on
bags
too.
too, you know.
I talked to Kerry
Yeah.
earlier today, and that's what he said. He said they're really, he's working on even more sponsors for next year. I feel like they've built it pretty good for this year. I feel like the leadership's great. I don't feel like anything's going to change for next year, and really, I don't feel like it should, unless it just goes up. Because it's ran great. There's zero drama, zero confrontations. Everything has been super smooth. Like Tim said, they try to showcase the sponsors. They post the pictures. There's some clubs that you win and hell, you never even see a post. You never even see a scheduled date. You never see anything. And
I'll
try to
super secret email you.
yeah. But they try to really keep up with it. I think we averaged like 15 boats this year with the electric fishing series, and I think probably had 18 at our biggest event. And I think they're trying to get a club of 20 to 25 next year, and that will just up the payouts a little bit. It'll pay a little deeper because I think with how everything's scheduled, anything over 15 boats or more, they pay out 4 places.
Mhm.
So I imagine with 20 boats, it'd pay 5. And it's just there's certain people that want to put the money down towards it, and then there's certain people that don't. And like I said, from what Kerry was saying, there's a couple clubs that may be dissolving next year.
Mm.
I don't know which ones or who or how or why but so it's something to think about. I think there are a ton of them. I think it really blew up. When I first started, like I said, probably 10 years ago,
Yep.
there was really
That's crazy.
only 3, 4 maybe, that were really known.
Oh, there was
And
Dixie. Dixie went out like right after I got in.
Yeah.
Dixie John Boat or whatever they were in, and then they got out not long after. They
I
broke
would say
up.
there's been several, but I would say, at a standing time, when I got in, there's probably 3 to 5 clubs. And then, even I'd say 3 or 4 years ago, you probably had like 10 different clubs.
Yeah.
And then now I'd say you're down to, probably 7, 8 clubs, 6 to 8. And I don't know. It is just I kind of wish it would be not smaller, but I wish the same amount of people would stay in it and you just join the clubs. That would, you have 5 or 6 clubs, each of them's pulling, 12 to 20 boats. That makes a good field. And most of these lakes can fish that comfortably. Most of them.
Yeah,
When
that makes sense.
When I went through my divorce and my kid was small, I based my tournament fishing around weekend schedules with my son.
Right.
I joined whatever club I had to do to where I could spend the most weekends with my son.
Right.
I wasn't going to have my son and have him stay with somebody else and me go fish. In other words, that wasn't what I was going to do.
Right.
So I fished the tournaments and clubs that allowed me to fish on the weekends I didn't have my son.
Mm-hmm.
Well, once my son got to a certain age, I'm not club dependent. I'm not locked into anything.
Right.
I fish schedules. I fish weekends. I fish. If you've got a crappy schedule, you put a crappy schedule out there, I'm not fishing it.
Yeah. No, I get it.
There was a club, and there was a club president. Dude contacted me for like 3 years straight. Hey man, we still got an opening. You want to come fish with us? Come fish with us. And I was honest with him. I'm like, I don't like your schedule.
Yeah.
Well,
sometimes
now his schedule jived. I liked it. I joined. It's working out.
Yeah. No, that is an important thing. Southwest Florida, that is small water charters. We run bass and crappie trips on and around Lake Okeechobee. Hey, you need to hit me up. I need to talk to you about Digital Sportsman, man. Message me on Facebook, Danny Pruitt.
What's your favorite place on Okeechobee to fish?
Oh, yeah, that's for sure. Anywhere down there. A couple more questions before we go because we're almost at 2 hours. Ken wants to know, John, did you like that little higher water full moon coming up?
I didn't catch nothing. I missed the only fish I caught. But
There you
Justin
go.
liked it, I promise.
Okay, there you go. Carrie says electric trails are definitely saturated in Georgia. And he'll be the Patricia says she thinks everybody went to the kayak side. Well, I mean, even kayak tournament trails and all that seem to have kind of not like what they used to be 4 years ago or something, because kayaks blew up and now it's a little bit different, at least around our area. So here's the last question of the night. I joined late. Sorry if you already talked about it. Do y'all think Hickory Log and Latham get too much pressure from tournaments? I do not, because for the most part, most of the guys can't catch fish anyway, like me. So they're not hurting the damn things.
No, and a lot of people don't understand a tournament's just a day.
Yeah, it's one day, maybe.
It's just a day.
And to be honest, there'd be 20 other boats there if you guys weren't there.
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly.
And you go through the week, and there are. I mean, like I said, I live 7 minutes from Latham, and it's crazy. You can pull by there on a Monday, and you're like, this place is going to be dead today. And you pull by there, and there's 12 trucks in the parking lot, and every one of them's got a trailer or a kayak with them.
I get up, and I'll be driving up, and I'll see that. You're right, Monday, Tuesday, or a day that you wouldn't expect. And they'll be like, and I'll be like, what the hell are these people doing for a living?
Yeah.
Like that. So I guess
Work for the phone company and take
work for the
vacation
phone company. Got 3 months worth of damn paid time.
But
off right
people do put or say a lot about tournaments and stuff though. But to me, a tournament, say you take a 12-boat tournament in the dead heat of summer, 5 fish, whatever, and they go out and everybody catches a limit, and you have 4 fish dead at the end of the day. People will blow up about seeing 4 fish floating at the ramp, which, it sucks. We all try to do our best. But what about the one guy that goes out there and catches his 10-fish limit?
Yeah, he keeps them. What's the difference?
I mean, he technically did worse on that lake. If he caught 3 6s, he did worse for that lake than the whole tournament did.
Exactly.
I mean, you don't see too many people going out there fishing for food, throwing back 6-pounders. Like if they would throw back 6-pounders and take away everything less than 15 inches, it's different. But the guys that I know that go fish for food, they don't give a shit. If it's 12, they gonna take a picture of it. They gonna take a picture slicing it. They gonna take a picture of it on the plate. So I don't know how. I mean, you can't. Like I said, I'm not against it. I've kept fish out of Latham. I'm not gonna catch a 680 and take it home and knock the sides off of it.
No.
I bet 90% of the people that complain have no idea that everybody that fishes that lake can keep 10 bass.
Oh, I guarantee you're right.
Every person you see on the water, if they want to, they can take 10 fish and just chunk them up on the bank.
I bet you they got an inflatable kayak or whatever paddleboard, and they'd like to launch in the boat ramp. I guarantee that shit.
And listen, I'm
going to go on a tangent for 30 seconds. If you are a kayaker or a paddleboarder and there's a boat ramp and a side area where you can launch, go to the side area unless you got a trailer. The boat ramp is for trailered watercraft, whatever you want to call them. Stay off the boat ramp.
Even if it's a kayak, I get it. Like I try to give the kayakers the utmost respect. But if there is an area off to the side, I agree. There shouldn't be 4 kayaks pulled up on the boat.
And you're having a conversation. You see my ass is out there sweating because obviously I didn't catch any fish on an 11-inch swim bait in 90-degree water, but whatever.
All right, did you get it all out?
I'm good.
You feel better now?
Just be polite and respectful, guys.
We love the Tupperware gang. We love you guys.
And put life jackets on your kids. I don't care if you wear them, but if your kids are on your canoe or kayak with you, put a life jacket on them. I saw that today, and it really lit me up.
I got you. No, it makes sense. All right. Well, guys, I know. Listen, if you guys if we were fishing a tournament tomorrow morning, this is the kind of shit we would talk about at the boat before the tournament anyway. So this is really just an extension and all that. But I appreciate you guys jumping on short notice, and all you guys in the comment section like that. And honestly, go on Facebook and follow these 3, and you'll see that they catch some really, really good fish that, again, the electric only lakes is a lot of largemouth. And we always talk about the spotted bass here on North Georgia, and rightly so. But there are a ton of good electric only largemouth lakes in this state where you can really go absolutely wax on them if you know what you're doing, or you just show up like me just to see the guys and all that. So, but Tim and Justin and John, thank you guys for jumping on. And I think we're gonna get out of here tonight. Tim's up past his bedtime anyway. About probably about an hour. We done kept
He
it.
ain't fishing tomorrow. He's taking a
I
nap.
usually
As he-
stay up
as he-
till 12 anyway.
You know what? He probably with that cushy ass job he's got, he's like, guys, I'm gonna be up late tonight on a podcast. I probably need tomorrow off, and then when I wake up, I'm gonna go over to Latham and fish for a little bit. We know how it is, like that. But no, seriously, guys, enjoy your friendship, and I appreciate you guys. And with that, hey guys, we're gonna get out of here. Tomorrow, 12 o'clock, I'll be back with another lunch break. Who the hell knows what I'll talk about? It's whatever pops into my mind. We will have a kayak episode tomorrow night with Alex and the guys, and then Thursday another live well, and we'll have another lunch break, and then we'll have another live well Thursday night. So with that, we're going to be out of here, guys. Appreciate it, you guys in the comment. Hey, and if you ain't subscribed to the channel, subscribe. I've got like 50 or something. I got to get to 10,000, and that's a big goal for me. So appreciate all you guys.